U.S. Marshals and the FBI are assisting with the search. The girls' bodies were found Monday near a campground after a planned visitation with their father. Fox 13 in Seattle reporting Travis Decker has a pending disciplinary discharge from the Washington National Guard for not showing up to monthly drills. 2 other lengthy manhunts continue for a former Arkansas police chief turned killer and for 2 inmates still on the run from a jail in New Orleans. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Semis collide, then there's a fatality. It's cloudy and 75 degrees in downtown Indy, but there's also some sporadic rain falling across central Indiana. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 3:02. At least one person has died in a crash between 2 semis this afternoon around 1:45 on I-69 near Fishers. The Fishers Police Department has been diverting traffic from the area. Matt Baer will have more on this coming up in the WIBC Traffic Center in a moment. A man named Devontae Hotboy Chapman is someone who police say isn't doing so hot now. Hotboy Chapman is from Dayton, Ohio, but police say they busted him this week taking part in a drug deal on the south side of Richmond, Indiana. They also say it's the second drug bust he's been a part of this year, resulting in the combined seizure of nearly 6 ounces of fentanyl, 3 ounces of cocaine, and about $12,000. He's due in court June 11th. Indiana Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith is defending previous comments he made in a social media post earlier this month where he said the Rainbow Beast is coming for your kids about Pride Month.
We're seeing an agenda by the LGBTQ leadership, or I would say the agenda-driven ideologues that are trying to push this down the communities that don't want it or people that don't want it.
That's Beckwith speaking to Wish TV after a town hall in Greenfield Wednesday night where he answered several questions about his comments. Tornadoes, heavy rain, and more have all been a part of Indiana weather back in May and April, but what about June? Ryan Hedrick reports.
National Weather Service forecaster Mike Ryan says things are starting to change.
I don't think we're looking at any sort of level of frequency and intensity like we saw back the latter half of April and into May at this point.
But he says we still could see some pretty strong storms through Friday, with damaging winds being the biggest concern. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Game 1 of the NBA Finals tonight between the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Pacer head coach Rick Carlisle says his team is once again embracing the underdog mentality.
A lot of our guys have been through a lot of situations where they've been underdogs in the past, and it's simply going to come down to us being able to play our game at the best possible level.
Tip-off tonight at 8:30 Eastern over on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. WIBC News Time 3:04. Your traffic and weather next.
911, what's your emergency?
In an emergency, voice is best. But what if you can't call?
Escalated domestic disturbance reported east of downtown. Be advised, alert was received by a 911 emergency text. Caller is hiding in a closet and can't use her voice.
When the situation is too dangerous to make a call, text to 911. Capability Now helps Hoosiers. But in most emergencies, voice is still best.
My sister's not breathing. Please hurry.
In the last 5 years, Hoosiers have used text capability in over 1 million 911 sessions. It's of great help to the deaf and speech impaired and to those in select dangerous situations. Thanks to the statewide 911 board, Indiana leads the nation with all 92 counties having in- and outbound text capability. For more, visit in911.net.
It's good to hear your voice. Help is on the way.
911. Before you text, voice is best.
Afternoon traffic on WIBC with Matt Baer.
Yeah, John, I-69 in Hamilton County closed in both directions because of a fatal semi-fire and crash involving 2 semis. So here's the deal. Northbound 69 is being diverted to Campus Parkway, and that's where the exit is going to be exit 210, and traffic is stopped all the way back to State Road 37. That's where I'm hopping off. Southbound 69 is shut down in Madison County, Pendleton. So you're coming southbound 69, you'll be diverted at State Road 38. That delay is backed up all the way to MLK Junior Boulevard. That's going to be in Anderson, running to Pendleton, and then backed up further than that to State Road 109. Crash on the south side, Southeastern Avenue at Raymond Street. Northbound 65 slow because of construction on the south side. Raymond into the south split. Traffic sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And your forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Cloudy skies tonight. Areas of fog develop with lows in the mid-60s. Could see some morning fog for your Friday. Otherwise, mostly cloudy with some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Highs will be into the upper 70s near 80. Dry conditions for part of the weekend with rain chances late on Saturday. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hey, Pat Sullivan here. We're turning 71 this year at Sullivan Hardware and Garden. That's 71 years of helping our neighbors with plants, grills, patio furniture, and a whole lot of laughs along the way. To celebrate, we're having our Pop the Balloon sale. Pick your items, pop a balloon at checkout, save 10 to 71% off of the select categories, like plants. Buying a grill over $500, you'll get $71 in free grilling accessories, just a little something extra the Sullivan way. Patio furniture is 30% off, plus an additional 10% off. And this Saturday from 10 to 2 at our Keystone store, join us for the Remembering Rita Barbecue, a fundraiser for the Alzheimer's Association in memory of my mom, Rita. Great food, a great cause, and a great reason to stop by. Sullivan Hardware and Garden, 71st and Keystone, 49th and Penn, Cicero, and Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan in Fishers.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
And 6/22/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Renewing your driver's license online or heading to the BMV? Indiana Donor Network and Donate Life Indiana remind you to be prepared to answer this important question.
Would you like to sign up to be an organ donor?
When you say yes to organ donation, your license could make you a lifesaver. Just one organ and tissue donor can save 8 lives and heal countless more. Your yes at the BMV is a possible life-saving gift. Say yes to organ donation.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
Maintenance is going to drastically increase the efficiency and performance of your system. It's also going to significantly improve the longevity of it. People think that they are saving money by skipping their maintenance, and in reality, they're just shaving years off the life and increasing the consumption of that unit, spending a lot more in the long term.
Get your tune-up today at Family Heating and Air, your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Your nose is for breathing. Your mouth is for eating. And if you're breathing through your mouth, it's not because your body wants to. It's because it has to, because your nose isn't working properly. And although you've lived like this, it's no way to live, and it's having a significant impact on your life. I know you know this, and I know that taking action isn't always convenient. But at Advent, we've done all we can to make changing your life for the better as easy as possible. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula. With tens of thousands of our patients, a thorough nose and throat evaluation, along with the simple 20-minute in-office procedure called balloon sinuplasty, has opened their nasal passages, allowing them to breathe freely through their nose for good. And there's a good chance this procedure can do the same for you. We'll help you breathe through your nose again, and it will change your life.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Hammer and Nigel. Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock it!
I love it. I love it, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nigel Chase, and his Hammer is here, and we are broadcasting live the Caesars Sportsbook. We are located inside of Horseshoe Casino Indy in Shelbyville. Here is the reason. We're degenerate gamblers, yes, but we're also here to tailgate that Pacer game. Game 1 tonight. Go. Any Pacer fans in the house here? Let's hear it right now. We already have people tailgating here. Pacers, Oklahoma City Thunder. Game 1, and it is tonight. Tip-off, I believe, is at 8:30, and we are getting you ready, getting that tailgate going. What an awesome, awesome atmosphere. This casino. I have not been here, Hammer, since you and I introduced Minnie Kiss on stage several years ago. This new sports book that has been added, this casino is incredible, and I just, could be more excited and fired up for tonight's Pacer game. How about you?
I feel like I'm home. Even though they've walked me out of this joint before, I feel like I'm home. And listen, we're not the only ones that got some action tonight. Boss Hogsett, mayor of Indianapolis, he's got action.
Really? He's betting?
He's betting against the Oklahoma City mayor.
I see what you're saying.
A little friendly back and forth mayor bet.
What are we representing Indianapolis? What is the mayor offering up?
So if Hogsett loses, the Thunder win, our mayor has to give the Oklahoma City mayor a dinner at St. Elmo, a lap around IMS, and tickets to see the Fever. Okay. Decent package.
Cool.
Now, if the Pacers win, Thunder lose, if the Pacers lose, the Oklahoma City mayor.
Yeah.
He will have Boss Hogsett on the line for River Sport Whitewater Rapids, tickets to the College World Series, and a steak dinner at the Cattleman's Steakhouse.
Okay. All right. Pretty even trade.
I think so. But you know what? Let's be honest. Thanks to the magic of AI, we really know what Boss Hogsett wanted to bet.
Hey, how about this for a bet? If the Pacers win, you buy me a bottle of vodka. And if the Thunder win, you buy me a bottle of vodka.
I mean, that's really what he wants to put on the line there, right?
It wasn't more specific with the vodka. I don't think the brand matters at this point.
Oh, you know that dude's a plastic jug, dark eyes guy.
Man.
Raise your hand if you've ever had some booze in a plastic bottle before. Anybody?
Yeah.
Where are my degenerates at?
Everybody's raising their hands here, including the staff here
right.
at Horseshoe Casino. Yeah, we've all once or twice, I think, bought a handle of Dark Eyes vodka. Just for the mixer, right?
But, man.
If you're mixing it with orange juice, you can't tell the difference, right?
Yes. Yes, you can. Actually. Man, I can't believe it's been 25 years.
Either.
Like, the Pacers have had some good teams. Like, the Brawl team probably was the best team in the NBA, but the fight screwed it all up, man. Like, they probably would have won the championship that year. But normally it's like major markets or major market superstars, right? Man, it's not supposed to be Indy and Oklahoma City, and I'm cool with this. I like this.
Well, 25 years ago, it was the Lakers and the Pacers.
Yeah, that was the Kobe Shaq beginning of that little run they had. Let's jump in the old hot tub time machine here and go back 25 years ago, all right?
Please.
We're getting ready for the finals now, but 25 years ago, in the year 2000, this is the #1 movie at the box office, okay? Big Mama's House with Martin Lawrence. So 25 years ago, the #1 movie at the box office, when the Pacers and Lakers were in the finals, Big Mama's House, followed by Mission Impossible, and then Gladiator.
No, then those movies must have already been out a few weeks.
All I know is Martin Lawrence in drag beat Tom Cruise and a Oscar-winning performance, I believe, from Russell Crowe.
I can't believe those other two movies had been out weeks. Probably when those movies came out Memorial Day weekend, and then Big Mama's House just happened to drop the following week.
All right, so I'll raise you the box office 25 years ago.
Yeah.
The last time the Pacers were in the finals. Here are the Billboard music charts, okay? Here are the top 4 songs in America. See if you recognize #1. Allison?
My
Santana.
No.
Maria Maria was the #1 song in America.
What?
The last time the Pacers were in the NBA Finals.
The year 2000.
Coming in at #2 was a ballad by Mark Anthony. Tell me if you recognize #3,
All right.
Nige. Faith Hill.
Yeah, Faith, yeah.
She crossed over at this point.
Faith Hill.
She gave the country music audience the double middle finger, the old Will Power treatment, and then she jumped over to the pop charts. And on this date, back in the year 2000, the #4 song in America, With a Bullet, which means it was on its way up. Allison?
Let me see that
The thong song?
The thong song.
How could that not be #1?
It was new on the charts, I believe, at that point. But, yeah, the thong song came in at #1 back in 2000.
You have to remember, I was working at X103 at that point, so I had no clue of what any of... I've never... Those were the first time me hearing any of those songs except the thong song. Okay? I mean, that's just telling you the truth. That's how tuned out I was.
You knew Faith Hill's Breathe because you played that at the Bear, didn't you? I know I did. Back when I was jocking the hits over at the Bear, because she was country first. That song came out as a country song first.
Oh, okay. That's why I was confused.
That was the time when all country divas decided they wanted to be pop princesses.
Yes.
From Shania Twain to Leanne Rimes to Faith Hill.
All right.
All I know is we got big-ass TVs in here. We got bets to make. We got beers to drink, and we are going to have a dang good time doing it here.
We're right smack dab in the middle of the restaurant here, and you walk in, you walk in, look to the left, and there's people already in the cush chairs sitting here in the sports book, and we're just getting started. I just want to come here to tailgate and have a few beers, man.
Right.
And get ready for the game.
If you're listening right now and you're thinking, you know what, I ain't got nothing else to do, come by and hang out with us. This is where the party people are at here. These are my people. We're going to have some good times. We're going to have some beverages, maybe some food. And we'll see what happens. We'll see who's going to drive Nigel home, and we'll see if I get kicked out of this joint. All right, Matt Baer, he's standing by with a look at the road.
Matt Baer's driving me home, man.
Yeah, you know it, Nigel. Looking at southbound 69. This is a crash, and all lanes are closed on southbound 69 and at State Road 38 in Madison County because of a fatal crash and semi-fire from earlier today. So we're backed up from State Road 38 past the Pendleton exits for about 5.5 miles, in fact, so it's a monster delay right now if you're coming southbound towards Indianapolis, say from Muncie. Northbound 69 in Fishers, that is jammed up from 116th Street past 126th. Now the delay is clearing out before Campus Parkway, so we may be in business here. More coming up at 3:30 and at WIBC Traffic. I'll have the information. Traffic sponsored by Experience Columbus. Looking for live music, cold drinks, wild zoo days, and big game nights this summer? Yes, Columbus. Plan your trip at experiencecolumbus.com/summer. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
76 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. We've got some awesome guests on the way. Our pal Racing Rachel is going to stop by. She's working at the horse track, which is attached to this lovely facility.
Yeah.
Some of my pals from the Degenerates Next Door sports betting podcast. They're going to be passing out free advice here in a little while.
Is that out yet?
Yep. Anywhere you get your podcast, you can get it right now. Degenerates Next Door. Also, the guy that runs this little joint here, this Caesar Sportsbook, he's going to come by. And, oh, by the way, Senator Jim Banks. We're going to talk a little Pacers with the Senator maybe a little bit later on. And maybe some fever, but there's a reason why we're going to ask about the fever with Senator Jim Banks.
We got Rob Kendall on the schedule?
Rob Kendall's going to flip out, rip his shirt off like Hulk Hogan and go off the rails. That's what we do here, man. So let's get the drinks flowing. Let's have a good time. And on the count of 3, if you're ready to watch the Pacers win Game 1, I want everybody, either here or in your car or at work. On the count of 3, everybody yell, hell yeah. 1, 2, 3, hell yeah. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
The NBA playoffs are about to begin. Gives to Turner, step back, 3, left edge, dagger. Halliburton scored the game-winning field goal. Unbelievable. In Cleveland, Game 1, Eastern Conference semifinals. Halliburton gently scoops it off the glass. Eastern Conference championship all the way to the goal. He lobbed it to the rim.
The NBA Finals. Pacers OKC. Tonight starting at 8 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
He's coming. Here he goes.
Surprise! Your table saw broke. Also, the warranty expired weeks ago, so you need to pay for a new one out of pocket.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, and the replacement part you ordered doesn't fit, so it's completely useless.
What a waste.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
I don't know. I guess I'd like to think of this little thing as a tailgate before the Pacers NBA playoff game. Game 1 tonight at 8:30 on ABC, and you can watch it all here inside the Horseshoe Casino Indy in Shelbyville. We're located inside the sports book, specifically broadcasting live right now, getting ready for the game.
If you've never bet on sports before, or maybe you've never been to a casino before, make this the first time. Because how often are the Pacers in the NBA Finals? There's only been 2 times, and they've been 25 years apart. So, hey, maybe you're going to be the good luck piece that we need in this building tonight. Make that first sports bet here, or just come by and hang out and have some drinks with us. I'm not trying to point fingers, but if you don't show up today, you're going to be the reason the Pacers lose. That's what it's going to be.
Is that what it is?
It is. Just want to get you guys up to date on some other things happening around the world. Allison, cue up some legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
Crime, punishment, judges, legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
So if you're a 2A supporter, if you're a man that enjoys a little piece you like to carry from time to time, this was a big deal out of the Supreme Court today. Mexico was trying to sue United States gun makers because their argument was that our evil, rotten, no-good cartel guys, when they shoot and kill people, including tourists, they're doing it with guns made in America. So Mexico tried to sue the United States, and the Supreme Court just kind of looked at it and said, no.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was almost like that scene in Major League where Roger Dorn, like, walks away and he fans a fart. I think I saw Justice Kavanaugh doing that with this...
a beer fart.
this claim that came from Mexico.
Well, I mean, forget about the Fast and the Furious. I mean, you know what I'm talking about? These guns. Explain this to me again. Somehow, with some rationality, somebody somewhere in Mexico said, we're going to sue the United States because our evil, murderous, drug trafficking, human trafficking cartel members are using guns made in the United States?
Correct.
Did I get that right?
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, we laugh, but it's the same argument Chicago tries to make. You no good, rotten, 2A loving Hoosiers. How dare you bring your guns over here? You're making our violent gang members even more violent. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, thanks for that.
That's the reason for all the crime in Chicago is Indianapolis. We got our own problems in Indianapolis. I got news for you.
Right. This is an interesting survey here. What is a poor people habit that you'll never stop doing, even if you're comfortable, you make a good living, you got a little money to breathe on? What is a poor people habit that you're never going to break?
Okay.
Coming in at number 1 on the list, using every last drop of all products.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Whether it's toothpaste, the ketchup bottle, whatever it may be.
I squeeze the life out of those toothpaste tubes.
Yeah.
Do you do the thing where you roll it up?
Oh, yeah. A little toothpaste doobie.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care how many millions of dollars that you have in the bank.
Right.
That's just waste. That's just wasteful, man, if you throw away a half tube of toothpaste.
If there's ever an Olympic team on getting the most in a single trash bag before you have to bag it up, Dude, I'm Michael Phelps. Like, nobody gets more out of a single trash bag than I do. Some other things on the list. Always checking out the clearance section at clothing stores. Now, I'm not a big clothing shopper, but if you're showing me a clearance sale at the liquor store, you've got my attention.
Okay. Well, no. The clearance at the liquor store. Clearance at CVS. Sometimes I walk into CVS and there'll be a large table of some of the booze they couldn't sell or nobody was buying. And
right.
Yeah, just scoop it all up. Like 50, 75% off.
Right.
I'm actually losing money if I don't buy it.
Sienna's here from our promotions team. Sienna, are you a discount shopper? When you see a clearance section on the clothing area, do you look?
No, she's...
Maybe.
She's just kind of...
Possibly. She's like, leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you guys. Also on the list here, collecting all the complimentary soaps and products at hotels. Coming back with the little shampoos and the little soaps.
Some of the hotels now, they don't even do that anymore. The past few hotels I've been in, they're like, they got these giant bottles, but they're screwed into the shower.
The pump.
The pump, yeah.
Yep. On the list, keeping leftover screws and bolts and nuts from furniture kits.
Yep.
Things over the years that you haven't used forever.
Yep. Still got all that. Like little Allen wrenches and stuff from Kia. From IKEA. Oh, yeah. I've got a drawer full of those.
Anything you do that's not on this list, Nigel?
I pretty much do all this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like garage sales. I use grocery bags as trash bags for sure.
Oh, yeah.
The wasting food, never waste food if you could help it. I mean, I'm always using the Tupperware stuff, bringing it to work.
And as a dad, you're like the human garbage disposal. Now, my kids are older now, so it's not as much. But like when my kids were little, if they wouldn't finish their breakfast or if they wouldn't finish their meal, guess where it went? Captain Fat Ass here. Something that's not on this list that I do, I'm still a big TV tray in the living room, watching TV while you eat guy.
No kidding.
We got the TV trays in there, and we have a nice table. Right? But I don't want to get it dirty because then I got to clean it, and that sucks. I'm a big TV tray guy.
Are you a TV dinner guy? Frozen dinner? Fish sticks? Like back in the day? My parents, it was
back in the day, yeah. Now we're doing the meal prepping thing. It's a little bit better.
More responsible, but you're still sitting in your lazy boy with a TV tray?
I could have carry out from St. Elmo. And I will crack open the TV tray in the living room, turn on a ball game, and I am good to go, man. That's the Beach Grove in me coming out right there.
I love it.
Don't go anywhere. We're having a lot of fun, man. This is an awesome place, and clock is ticking. We're getting closer and closer to tip-off. It's tonight. OKC, the Pacers, the Thunder. Let's have a little civic pride. Let's drink a little brew. Let's bring some good mojo into this thing. On a count of three, everybody make some noise for me.
Come on now.
1, 2, 3. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hey, if you haven't checked your Social Security statement to see how much money you'll get in retirement, might be a smart thing you want to do because the number could be a lot less or a lot more than the number that's on your statement. You can discover how you can get every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
Bill Demery, your retirement guy, and he's my retirement guy. He explains things in a way that makes sense. Listen, when you're talking about finance and retirement, it can be intimidating. It can be complicated information, but Bill Demery will break it down for you in a way that not only you understand, but he can help you get every penny that's rightfully yours in retirement. And you can get a free analysis right now by calling him 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy, 317-648-5120.
At Hendricks, your cancer care is in the details.
You have questions, and our dedicated clinicians and expert oncologists will answer them.
You have hills to climb,
and we are going to climb them.
You have dreams, and we're here to help you chase them.
You have cancer, and you have all the expertise,
the determination, and the kindness of the entire Hendricks team.
Backed by Mayo Clinic expertise.
It's not just cancer care.
It's Teresa Care. Visit hendricks.org/cancer.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Where you won't see this Colts QB. A cloudy sky over Indianapolis and much of the state right now, but rain is on radar and heading northeast. 74 degrees on Monument Circle. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 3:31. The Indianapolis Colts announcing this afternoon that their quarterback, Anthony Richardson, has a shoulder injury and he'll miss minicamp. His return is unknown at this point, so that means Daniel Jones takes over first-team quarterback duties in the meantime. A fatal crash this afternoon when two semis collided on I-69 outside of Fishers. Smoke filled the air around 1:45 when one of the semis caught fire. More on this coming up with Matt Baer in the WIBC Traffic Center in a moment. As for what the Indiana weather could throw at you in the coming days.
Cannot rule out a couple of storms producing damaging winds, especially in the southern part of central Indiana. But I think the heavy rain is going to be the greater concern. Certainly be localized.
Mike Ryan with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says there could be off and on showers through the weekend. China, Russia, and Ukraine were all topics of conversation at an Oval Office meeting with the German Chancellor. Fox's Jessica Rosenthal.
President Trump said he had a great call with China's leader Xi Jinping and talked about rare earth minerals as well as a plan for U.S. and Chinese leaders to meet. But eventually in the Oval Office, attention turned to Russia and Ukraine, and the president said it appears the two sides might need to fight it out some more.
But it's a pretty known analogy. You have two kids, they fight. Sometimes you let them fight for a little while. You see it in hockey, you see it in sports.
But the president and German Chancellor Friedrich Merz agreed they want the killing to stop.
I told the president before we came in that he is the key person in the world who can really do that.
By putting pressure on Russia to end the war. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
And country music legend Dolly Parton's amusement park Dollywood is celebrating 40 years of entertaining visitors. Parton was on Fox's America Reports earlier today.
We have the best food, we have the best rides for adults and for the children. We have great areas for kids, for teenagers, so the entire family can come to Dollywood and find just about anything you want to do.
She also announced a new book about her life on stage called Star of the Show, and a musical about her life story premiering in Nashville this August. WIBC News Time, 3:33, your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Your nose is for breathing. Your mouth is for eating. And if you're breathing through your mouth, it's not because your body wants to. It's because it has to, because your nose isn't working properly. And although you've lived like this, it's no way to live, and it's having a significant impact on your life. I know you know this, and I know that taking action isn't always convenient. But at Advent, we've done all we can to make changing your life for the better as easy as possible. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula. With tens of thousands of our patients, a thorough nose and throat evaluation, along with a simple 20-minute in-office procedure called balloon sinuplasty, has opened their nasal passages, allowing them to breathe freely through their nose for good. And there's a good chance this procedure can do the same for you. We'll help you breathe through your nose again, and it will change your life.
Go to AdventKnows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Most insurance accepted.
With traffic at 3:34, here's Matt Baer.
All right, John, up in Hamilton County, northbound 69 has reopened at Campus Parkway from an earlier fatal truck crash and fire. Now, southbound 69 is still closed. It's closed at State Road 38 in Madison County, Pendleton, and we're backed up for 5.5 miles from that closure of State Road 38. So northbound is reopened, southbound is still closed. Inbound 65 stop-and-go traffic from 21st to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70 slow from West Street into the south splitting. Construction has southbound 65-70 jammed from the north split down to Fletcher Avenue. Crash in Boone County, southbound 65 at 865, car in a ditch off the right side. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trust a local, trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And your American Standard Cooling Weather Center forecast.
We're tracking the potential for some scattered showers and storms into our Thursday night and Friday morning with patchy dense fog and lows in the mid-60s. Additional showers and storms are ahead Friday afternoon and night with a low severe risk for damaging winds, mainly Friday afternoon and evening Highs will be near 80 with more humidity in place as well. And then we're tracking additional shower and storm chances late Saturday with another risk for severe weather. Again, it would be a low level 1 out of 5 risk for maybe damaging winds south of Interstate 70. I'm Wish TV Storm Track AB meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
I can already tell this broadcast is going to be a blast. Hammer and Nigel broadcasting inside of Horseshoe Casino Indy in Shelbyville. We're at the sports book inside, getting ready for that big game 1 of your Indiana Pacers NBA Finals, baby. Little tailgate and then a Pacer viewing party afterwards, Hammer. And some non-Pacer news to begin with. Does Aaron Rodgers signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers do anything for you at all in any way, shape, or form whatsoever?
Knew it was coming. Once he got out of the darkness and decided he was ready to play ball, he was going to beat a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Okay.
They had no other options. Look at their quarterback room. It was always going to be Aaron Rodgers. And what's funny is you and I often make fun of Steeler fan, right?
Yeah.
Steeler fan.
Oh, those horrible towels.
They're the first ones to say, screw Aaron Rodgers, we don't need him. I'm telling you, week 1, when he throws for like 2 touchdowns, 270 yards, which is a lot better than anything they had a year ago, they're going to be fine with Aaron Rodgers. His numbers weren't bad last year. Everybody thinks he's washed, he's done. I mean, you look at his numbers compared to, the Indianapolis Colt numbers. You take that, right?
I think the Jets actually were the ones that made him worse, not him. It was like the opposite.
Can we talk about this Trump-Elon feud that's escalating by the moment here?
This just hit. It didn't just hit. A couple of days ago, he was talking about how the big, beautiful bill was a disaster. Elon Musk was. The Doge guy, Trump's Doge guy.
So then Trump came out and said, I asked Elon to leave. He was upset about electric vehicle subsidies. I asked him to leave. I'll take away any government contracts if he's got a problem. To which Elon Musk, just a few moments ago on Twitter, writes this, and it's the official account. It's not AI. The blue check mark's there. Quote, time to drop the really big bomb. At real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files.
Oh.
That is the real reason they've not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. That's from Elon Musk's official Twitter account.
Are we sure? Are we 100% sure?
Yeah.
On X.
If you follow Elon Musk, it's there. He's not running from it. So we knew this would happen.
What happened to these two? They were like best buds.
Right.
They were like, Elon Musk would wear 2 Make America Great Again, 2 MAGA hats at a time on top of his head.
This is what we predicted, though, right? We thought we would get a 1 o'clock in the morning Truth Social post, which, okay, we'll get that. But I don't think we had Elon Musk turning up the heat like this.
Well, turning up the heat. Is that all it is?
Man,
that's a major understatement when you're implicating the President of the United States in the Epstein files in a public forum.
There's not a lot of people that can go tit for tat with Donald Trump on Twitter trash talk. Maybe Elon Musk is. I don't know.
You think he got hacked? No way. No way he got hacked, did he?
That's intentional. You're trying to find every way to make this not real.
Because I wanted them to be buddies.
It's right here.
I thought they were superheroes, right? In the political community.
You're a kid right now watching your parents separate. Mommy and daddy are fighting and you don't like it, but this is happening in real time. That was a recent tweet by Elon Musk. It's still up there. Time to drop the really big bomb. Trump is on the Epstein files.
I hope these Doge cuts get codified somehow. But I don't know what's going to happen with that. And then we have the big, beautiful bill. It's big. It's beautiful. And it's a bill.
It's a bill.
It's a bill in the Senate right now. They're going to get ready to send that back over to the House at some point. So we'll see what happens. But I'm kind of more interested in this feud.
By the way, like nothing's getting accomplished by the way. Nothing is going to lower your taxes right now. Nothing is going to lower the deficit right now. But two billionaires are having a Twitter feud, and you know what? I'm here for it. I am here for it. Are you not entertained?
This game tonight, 25 years.
Yeah.
It's been 25 years. The year 2000, I was 24 years old. And now I'm 49. And now I feel like an old fart.
You're pushing 50 now, right? You're pushing 50. And the national media thinks the Pacers would probably just save everybody a lot of time and effort if they walked out there tonight and pulled a France and just waved a white flag and surrendered. But I don't believe that's going to happen.
I think some of these sports outlets do these simulations for these playoffs,
like AI simulations.
These predictions. They had, I believe, Cleveland sweeping the Pacers, right, in the simulation.
Correct.
They had the Knicks winning their Eastern Conference playoffs, and now they have the latest AI has Oklahoma City winning as well.
Thunder and 5 is what AI.
Thunder and 5 is right. Right.
I made my first bet the other day. I have this series going over 5.5 games. I think the Pacers are good for 2. Maybe the Pacers are rolling. I think the Thunder are good for 2. I need it to be at least 6 games and my toes are tapping. That was the first bet that I made the other night. And I think tonight I'm going to dive into a few of these prop bets that are available.
Okay.
Talked to some of my buddies earlier. The Degenerates next door, they've got action for you. But yeah, there's a lot of options tonight, man. Benedict Mathurin, points, rebounds, and assists over or under 10.5. Raise that up, baby. Raise it up. Let's go. I'm over on that one. I like that one a lot. Now, 9.5 is a big number. That's the point spread tonight. That's a big number. So if you
Pacers cover that?
Man, I don't know. It's tough. I hope so. I think I'm going to bet on the Pacers to cover, but I don't feel great about it. I think I'm in on the under tonight as well. But if you've never made a bet in sports before, come here today. Come here to the Caesar Sportsbook inside of Horseshoe Casino in Indy, right here in Shelbyville. We will walk you through how to do this kind of stuff. I like doing this kind of stuff. One of my degenerate pals will be here and help you do this kind of stuff.
You're a pig in slop right now. You've got a beer. You've got giant TVs, restaurant wings, casino games everywhere, poker.
Like a Trump and a Twitter feud right now.
Trump and Elon Musk in a Twitter feud.
Oh, this is good stuff. So, again, if you're in your car, if you're getting off work early, you got plenty of time. There are some seats available here. You can sit back, crack open a beverage or 14, and watch the NBA Finals tonight. This is your place to watch the NBA Finals. Great atmosphere, great drinks. Anywhere you turn, you can get a drink in this joint. That's what's great. So come on by. We are going to be here all afternoon watching a little of the game tonight. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Turning 65, new to Medicare, or just moved? If you qualify for Medicare and Medicaid, a Humana Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan, a D-SNP, may give you the extra benefits you're looking for. A D-SNP helps cover things like prescriptions and checkups, but it also helps pay for essentials, too. With a Humana D-SNP, you get $225 a month for eligible groceries, rent, utilities, and more. Plus, whatever you don't spend carries over to the next month. You may even get benefits like $0 copays on routine prescriptions, plus routine dental, vision, or hearing coverage. All of this could make a difference for your health and wallet. Learn more at GetHumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a coordinated care HMO SNP plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the Indiana Medicaid program. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal. Allowance amounts cannot be combined with other benefit allowances. Limitations and restrictions may apply.
Hammer here for my good friends here at Caesar Sportsbook inside Horseshoe Casino Indy. This is the place to watch the NBA Finals. You can make any bet imaginable. Multiple kiosks are around. You can take that ticket, go cash it at the window, and anywhere you turn, you can find a drink. Anywhere you turn, you can find a beverage. food options, everything you want. Again, if you're looking for atmosphere, if you're looking for a place to have some fun, a good old-fashioned round of fun, how about that? Caesars Sportsbook right here, Horseshoe Casino Indy in Shelbyville. Stop by. Tell them Hammer sent you.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Got plans this weekend? Why not head to Honeysuckle Hill Bistro in Brazil, Indiana? Honeysuckle Hill Bistro is located inside our family's lakeside home. The menu changes weekly, and whether it's chicken to wine, we focus on serving Indiana-sourced items. One thing that's always on the menu is our version of the Hoosier breaded tenderloin sandwich. Can't decide what to order? You can order the Bites Plate, where you get a sampling of everything that's on the week's menu. Honeysuckle Hill Bistro serves dinner Fridays and Saturdays 5 to 8 and Sunday brunch buffet from 11 to 2.
As a caregiver, managing your loved one's health can at times be overwhelming. This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. In a moment, I'll share 3 tips to help you manage your loved one's medical care effectively.
Cardon & Associates offers the finest senior living options tailored to your loved one's needs. Reservations are now being accepted for new apartments at Copper Trace in Westfield. Visit cardon.com.
Tip number 1, keep a list of all medications, dosages, and schedules to ensure your loved one is taking their medication correctly. Second, attend doctor's appointments with your loved one when you're able. And finally, stay organized by keeping forms, notes, and other important documents in one secure place. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access the library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
What if the next time you painted your home was the last time you painted your home?
Our home has had Rhino Shield for 10 years.
Rhino Shield. Call 888-RHINO-41. Don't paint, don't vinyl. Go Rhino.
Trust employee owned. B Windows extending our employee discount to you. Up to 55% off, plus 18 months, no interest, no payments. Trust your home to be.
You support them. Who supports you? Matt Baer and Ryan Hedrick provide insight, encouragement, and resources to help you navigate a loved one's recovery on the Supporting Sobriety podcast. Listen and get support wherever you get your podcasts.
Matt Baer, what's going on?
Hey, Hammer, looking at southbound 69 Madison County, it's still closed as State Road 38 because of a fatal crash and truck fire from earlier, and traffic is stopped for 5 miles. Now, once you're through that, or maybe you're getting on the interstate after that, we see southbound 69 at Campus Parkway and 2 right lanes are blocked. That's where the actual crash happened, so 2 right lanes closed for safety and cleanup, and you will be slow through that area. Northbound 69 has reopened at Campus Parkway. The traffic is cleared out, so you are good to go up to Fort Wayne, Muncie, wherever you might be going. Boone County southbound 65 at the Dogleg 865. Car in a ditch off the right shoulder. Traffic stop and go back to State Road 267. Eastbound 70 delayed for 7 minutes from Belmont into the South Split. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
75 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, and lo and behold, look what the cat dragged in. Our pal Racing Rachel is here.
Rachel.
We got you on the YouTube camera right now. Somebody has to bring a little class to this joint.
I don't know who that is because it sure as crap ain't me. I mean,
We're inside the Caesars Sportsbook here at the Horseshoe Casino.
The class.
Yeah.
Caesars is the class.
This is your home field. Normally, you come into our building. We play the home game where you go in there, you get loose, run your mouth, and bong beers.
Exactly.
But now you're like all professional here today.
And you know what that's like. When you have on the IGC gaming badge, you have to mind your P's and Q's. So no beer bong for me today, guys.
We didn't bring it, did we?
No,
I don't think they confiscate that at the entrance.
Especially when Hammer walked in. They probably frisked him.
Yeah. I'm surprised I haven't been thrown back out of this building, Rachel.
Honestly, same, bro.
Rachel does the handicapping for the horse track, which is attached here to Horseshoe Casino Indy. Other than horse racing, and we'll talk about Belmont this weekend coming up in a minute. Pacers, Thunder tonight.
Gosh.
You in? You got action?
I haven't bet on it, but I do have a pretty serious feud going on with Dubs and all the guys in California from FanDuel Racing because I do a hit every day. So, of course, they were like, first time I was on, they were like, Nixon 6 and like just talking crap to me. Because obviously I'm like the only who's, everybody else is from like New York or California or whatever. Yeah. And so it's literally been my complete and utter joy today I have a board behind me that I put like Derby on and stuff. I wiped that whole thing clean and it just said, go Pacers, Rachel rules, you guys drool. Like beating boys is honestly just the highlight of my life. It's what I strive to do every day.
God love you. And you are really good at what you do. Like you've been the handicapper here for a long time.
I have. I've been the handicapper here for, I don't want to age myself, but I started when I started 13 years ago. I've been here for like, I think 11.
You're like the golden girl of this building now, Rachel. You're the golden girl of this building.
They call me the princess. They do. Everyone calls me, here comes the princess. She gets to do whatever she wants. No, I don't. But they do, because I've been here for so long.
Which golden girl is she?
Oh, she's Blanche.
I just knew you were going to say Blanche.
Oh, she's Blanche.
100% Blanche.
Oh, stop it.
I am. I'm a little ditzy.
How in the world, just real quick, 13 years, how in the world do you get to become a Giant Casino's handicapper? Where did you fall into it?
I was crazy girl.
Horse crazy girl.
All
right, so you knew your stuff.
I was the dork, that like little girl that could memorize horses out of the encyclopedia. And then my grandpa, there's nothing to do in Anderson, Indiana. It's only Hoosier Park. It's like all you can do, even if you're under 18.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Hoosier Park.
Like back then, when I was young, that was all that was there. Was the horse
young
track.
Rachel was a handful.
I was. And
like old Rachel's kind of a handful, but young Rachel, holy jeez.
I just posted something on my story about how I have 2 kids, now I need to calm down. And I got so many messages from people that were like, girl, please, you are still crazy.
I still hold a tied record for a celebrity beer bong. Thank you very much.
You do?
You and Guy Relford,
I do.
You guys are at the top of the celebrity beer bong charts.
I just love watching that after I did it, where Nigel was like trying to tell me how to pour it.
I know.
And I was like, bro, sit down. Let me school you, bro.
I slowly backed away like Homer Simpson into the ivy to that meme. Sorry, Rachel.
Got a pretty big horse race this weekend, the Belmont Stakes. It's not ran at Belmont. I believe it's at Saratoga now. But
I know.
The final leg of the Triple Crown. You can bet on that race here. You can watch it here.
Yep.
Got any tips for us?
And we added, I do want to say, give a little shout out to make my Caesars corporate people happy. We also added, we used to have the race book and the sports book. Now you can bet. They've added the horse racing to just the race book app. Indiana and Illinois just recently. So super excited about that.
I like it.
But yeah, so I really liked Rodriguez going into the Kentucky Derby, and he was scratched. Beza, I was given to everybody. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just taking my Derby and picks from that and putting it into the Belmont. I'm going journalism. I love Beza. And to round it out, I'm going to go with Rodriguez. I don't know how he's gonna run. I've been watching a little bit. I think Beza looks the best. Well, obviously, journalism is like a beast. Looks really good. But Beza looks really good working in the morning. They've put some videos out of him. I've been watching his work. So
Weather going to be a factor at this thing?
Oh, my gosh. I think so. That's what I'm hearing. But it can always change. I mean, you never know, really. Here, it's supposed to be nice. And it's raining here. And then this weekend, it's supposed to be crappy there. So I wait until
Belmont right under the Kentucky Derby in terms of prestige. Can you rank these races in terms of prestige?
I wouldn't say so this year because we're switching it. Preakness, Belmont.
Okay.
And when it's normally where it's supposed to be. There's a whole divide between racing analysts and the racing world right now. Like some people, like I think that, you know, it's the same race every year, and people think, oh, maybe we should add some time. It's different. The times have changed. So some people are like, oh, it should stay the same all the time for the rest of the time.
Rachel, we got 30 seconds left. Nigel's
30?
lost some weight. I've lost some weight. Which one of us is still a fat ass?
Both of you are still fat asses.
Good answer. Good answer.
Thank you. I'll take some chicken nuggets and fries, please.
That's why we love you. Rachel, you're awesome.
Right on, Rachel.
Thank you.
Hi, guys.
Racing Rachel,
Love you
ladies and
guys.
gentlemen, there she is. She's an American treasure.
An American treasure. Love it.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Championship basketball is about teamwork and strategy. And championship investing is about the exact same thing, okay? Matt Bear here for Trajan Wealth. Teamwork, as in getting to know and learning about their customer, and strategy, as in smart money management and understanding the law. That's Trajan Wealth, your fiduciary advisors standing by, ready to join your team and strategize with you on long and short-term investment strategies. Call today. Set your first appointment. It's free, 317-480-4040, or visit TrajanWealth.com. Trajan Wealth gets to know you, then helps you into a customized financial portfolio that's designed to match your dreams and timeline. Planning for a summer vacation sometime in the future, Trajan can help you with all of your goals when it comes to money management. Learn more about these strategies by calling Trajan Wealth at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first appointment is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
And 62225. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs, swelling, burning, cramping, aching, even restless leg syndrome. In some cases, it can lead to serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offers minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances. Call 317-516-6861 and schedule your appointment today. Don't wait. 317-516-6861 for free information today. Imagine walking, exercising, and sleeping peacefully again. Varicose and spider veins won't go away on their own. USA Vein Clinics can help. Call 317-516-6861 for fast, easy, affordable solutions. USA Vein Clinics treatments are covered by most insurance plans. Don't put this off any longer. Call 317-516-6861.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hi, Jeff Roush for Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now,
get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators, up to $8,000 off select 2024 Nautilus, or up to $7,000 off select 2024 Corsair at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Navigator MSRP $105,575, Nautilus MSRP $61,995, Corsair MSRP $47,820. Offers going on now. Navigators excluded from employee pricing, subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock, and we join Fox News already in progress.
Said Musk, the CEO of Tesla, became different after Congress wanted to cut the so-called EV mandate.
And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
Musk wrote in a post on X, it's fine to cut benefits to EV and solar, but he said get rid of the disgusting pork in the bill. He also wrote that President Trump wouldn't have won without his support. President Trump then wrote on Truth Social, Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate, and he just went crazy.
The president also threatening to cut government contracts for Musk, who's also the CEO of SpaceX. Musk then accusing the president of being disrespectful, and in another post references unreleased files about late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. An immigration judge grants bond to a Massachusetts high school student arrested on his way to volleyball practice.
ICE agents never intended to detain him, but he's in the country illegally and happened to be driving a car that belongs to his father, who was being targeted as a public safety threat. 18-year-old Marcelo Gomez de Silva ordered by a Massachusetts judge to be released on a $2,000 bond while his immigration case proceeds. The judge also for now ordering that Gomez de Silva not be moved out of Massachusetts without 48 hours notice given to the court.
Fox's Jeff Manasso, the teen's detention was part of a larger ICE operation arresting nearly 1,500 people. Stocks finish lower after a mixed day. The Dow down 108 at the bell. Tesla shares sinking more than 14%. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A life lost, but progress is being made. Some patchy drizzle falling across Indiana. It's 76 and cloudy in the Circle City. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 4:02. Police are making progress in cleaning up the mess left behind by a fatal crash involving two semis on I-69 earlier this afternoon in Hamilton County, not far from Fishers. The accident was around 1:45, and at least one person has died. Investigators are trying to figure out what caused all this in the first place. A man who was convicted of killing 3 people 30 years ago has died. Johnette Cruz with that story.
A Ward County man convicted in a notorious triple murder nearly 3 decades ago has died in prison. Officials confirmed John Stevenson died of a heart attack last month at the Miami Correctional Facility in Kokomo. Stevenson was on death row for the 1996 murders of Jay and Kathy Tyler and Brandy Southard in Warren County. His trial in 1997 was at the time the longest and most expansive in Indiana history, lasting 140 days. Reports indicated Stevenson collapsed while playing basketball. He was 61 years old. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Indianapolis Colts held their final OTA practice before minicamp, but quarterback Anthony Richardson was sidelined because of a shoulder injury. He'll miss all of minicamp. Richardson aggravated his AC joint injury from his rookie season in 2023. Daniel Jones takes over first-team quarterback duties in Richardson's absence, but the team hopes to have Richardson back for training camp. If you need to get gas today, Gas Buddy says the statewide average is $2.95 a gallon. That's down 11 cents from where it was when the week started. Not only are the Indiana Pacers in the NBA Finals, but the Indiana Fever are busy as well. They get ready to face the Chicago Sky on Saturday night. Fever shooting guard Lexi Hull says they need to keep playing like they did against Washington a couple nights ago.
Getting out and running and playing fast and just sharing the ball. I think, our team looks really good when the ball is fast and moving and hits everybody's hands and gets in the paint and goes in and out, in and out. It's harder to guard.
Indiana's 3-4 so far this season. It's 4:04. Your traffic and weather next.
Are you planning for your retirement? Ensure you're on the right track with a crucial step, tax planning. At Absolute Wealth Management, LLC, every retirement plan we design includes comprehensive tax planning. Imagine maximizing your savings while minimizing tax burdens. Tax planning isn't just about the present. It's a cornerstone for retirement planning. The less you have to give to Uncle Sam, the more cash flow you have in retirement. So take control of your financial situation. Proper tax planning can help optimize your retirement income, leaving you with more time to enjoy the life you've worked hard for. Let us help you create a tax-efficient retirement plan. Your future self will thank you. Call Absolute Wealth Management, LLC, 317-288-0634. That's 317-288-0634. Or visit AbsoluteWealthManagementLLC.com. William Gonzalez offers investment advisory service through Gradient Advisors, LLC, 877-885-0508, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Absolute Wealth Management is not a registered investment advisor nor an affiliate of Gradient Advisors. Gradient Advisors, LLC, and its advisors do not render tax, legal, or accounting advice. Insurance offered through William Gonzalez, independent agent.
WIBC traffic at 4:05. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, John, Madison County, southbound 69 still closed at State Road 38 Pendleton because of a fatal crash that involved a semi-fire. Traffic is stopped for about 5 miles. Northbound 69 has reopened at Campus Parkway from that earlier semi-fire and fatal crash. Now, looking at eastbound 70, stop-and-go traffic from Belmont into the south split. Westbound 70 slow after rural into the north split, and stop-and-go traffic down to the south split because of construction. Boone County, southbound 65 at the dog leg right shoulder it's not closed. We have a car to ditch because of a crash, and traffic is slow back to State Road 267. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Scattered showers and storms remain possible until tonight and Friday morning with patchy dense fog in place and lows in the mid-60s. Additional showers and storms ahead Friday afternoon and night with a low severe risk for damaging winds. Highs near 80 and humid. I'm Wish TV. Storm Track AB meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
Getting ready for Pacers. Game 1 NBA Finals tonight. Hammer and Nigel broadcasting from the Caesars Sportsbook. We're inside Horseshoe Casino Indy in Shelbyville. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is here with a very special guest.
Chance is the supervisor of the Caesars Sportsbook in here. Like, very rarely do I get, like, jealous of a guest that we have here. We've spoken to senators, we've had like major politicians, celebrities on, but you get to come here every day. Like, this wasn't here when I worked here. This looks like a fun job.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's an amazing job. We get paid to handle sports bets, right? We get to watch all of baseball, football, everything. It's an incredible.
You get to laugh in the face of people like me when we lose.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's probably the best part.
Better luck next time, kid.
Yeah, too bad. Let me take your money. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Yeah.
For somebody that has never been inside of a casino, let alone a sports book, take me through what you would tell that person. Like, if somebody's listening in their car right now, and they're like, you know what, I want to go see Hammer and Nigel. I'm not really a casino person. Like, is there something here for everybody that's not maybe a gambler?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a Brew Brothers restaurant right here. Their food's amazing. Monday through Thursday, they do, for $35, their special is you get 2 entrees and an appetizer. Great deal right there.
Yeah.
Weekly specials on top of that as well. Other than that, it's a pretty
tons of beer,
chill,
tons of beer selection.
Definitely the important part. We got a lot of chairs for everybody. You don't have to bet, but we recommend it.
And when you say chairs, comfortable chairs here. It's not like you're throwing a bar stool at somebody.
Nope.
Here you go, fatty. No,
right.
no,
we got class here for sure. Yeah, there's definitely something for everybody. You can watch the game, throw some money on it, have something to cheer for.
How do you get to be a guy that runs a sports book? What's your background? Where are you coming from, man?
Yeah, so I started over on the horse track side till about 2019 when I'd always said if we ever go sportsbook, I'm transferring over there right away. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. So I've been doing that.
So you've been at this property, at this location for a while.
I was here. I was actually down in Clarksville, down by Louisville. I was there for about 4 years and then came back in about March or so.
Right on.
Yep. And, man, when you look at the numbers, like gamblers in Indy, when it comes to sports betting, we go hard in the paint.
Yes.
Like, you know, we're not New York, we're not California, I don't think has it, but we're not big states like that. But you look at the revenue, you look at the handle that comes in, Indy holds its own.
Yes, absolutely. And Saturday night, Game 6, this place was packed. There was nowhere to walk, nowhere to do anything. There was no chairs. I mean, people were standing over there by the slot machines just to see the TV. It was an incredible environment.
Wow.
That's something I would say to somebody new, too, is come out here, have a beer, hang out with 300-400 of your closest friends, just have a good time.
You'd obviously like people to gamble and lay a few dollars down, I think.
Yeah.
You know, I was walking through here today. I hadn't been in a casino for a while, and I was walking past all the slot machines. I was like, had ADD times 100. Like I was wanting to stick $100 bills in every one of these things. It just like Clark Griswold in Vegas Vacation. But you don't necessarily have to be a gambler to come in here and enjoy great food, great beer, great time at the sports book.
Yeah, absolutely. And the food is very good. I've had almost everything on the menu. The food is incredible.
And the atmosphere, like, so if you got action on it, that's fine. But to come here and watch the game with fellow like-minded sports fans, right? To hear the booing and the cheering, and it's kind of a cool deal. And I can only imagine what Saturday was like when it was that deciding game against the Knicks.
I'd never seen this place as busy. Even our first day opened wasn't anything like we had Saturday. It was incredible. It was loud, like you said, cheers, boos, everything. It was electric.
What's the main responsibility for a supervisor of a sports book employed by Caesars?
So,
what's your number one thing?
There's a lot of records that we have to keep about certain bets and stuff like that. But my main priority when I'm here is getting people in here, giving them a good time, showing them everything we have to offer here. And so selling the book for sure.
One of the questions I'm willing to bet you get asked all the time, how do you come up with the lines? I know Caesars is a big statewide deal where, Las Vegas odds makers come up with it. How is the sausage made, though? Like, how are these point spreads made? Because so often, anybody that's bet knows they're so close, like they're right there on the cusp.
There's definitely simulations and algorithms that the guys in Vegas do. So if they get 500,000 outcomes of the Pacers lose by 10 or however they see it, that's where a lot of those lines come from.
So it's like math nerds. It's not even really like degenerate sports people. It's math nerds that come up with this stuff.
Exactly. Yep.
Interesting. We're chatting with Chance. He's running the Caesar Sportsbook. What kind of action are you seeing for this game tonight? We're a couple hours away from tip-off. Any trends, anything you're seeing from the betting community here?
So far, most of the bets I've taken today have been on the Pacers money line. So always here for that. They're
big
getting 10
underdogs
points
tonight.
And they're just going for the money line. Love to see it.
Okay. And what would be considered a win for the house? Like, with all due respect, everybody wants you to lose, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's rooting for you.
For sure.
But what would be considered a win for you? Is that a Thunder win tonight? Is it a Thunder blowout or what?
I think the best thing for us is for the Pacers to keep winning because that keeps bringing people back in here. And if they're beating us at the sports book, they're still doing other things. There's still a restaurant. There's still a sports book. So,
well, cool, man.
Give everybody a good time.
All right, one more time. If somebody is thinking about coming down here tonight, tell them what they're in for.
Yeah, we're going to have the TVs all set. The giant, biggest we can make it will be set.
Even in the restaurant portion, too, you have giant TVs.
Yes.
You have a private little area over there with a booth that has 2 TVs in it. There's TVs, multiple TVs at the bar. So even if, you're not necessarily get in at the sports book, there's plenty of places to watch.
Yep. We're going to have the biggest screen possible, try to make it loud in here, and hopefully the Pacers come away with a win.
The real degenerates have action on a baseball game while the Pacers are going on. So you got a couple things to keep an eye on.
Yep.
Chance, we appreciate you having us out here, man. Let's do this more often. Thank you.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for coming out, guys.
Nigel, this is good news, I think. I'm going to put I think in quotation marks there. So President Trump, when he's not feuding with Elon Musk today on Twitter, and that is a big feud. We talked about that earlier.
We'll revisit that here later.
He spoke with President Xi in a lengthy conversation about some trade action. Sounds like it was a positive phone call to the point to where Donald Trump invited President Xi and his wife to Washington for further discussions. So I think that's good news, but at the same time, do you trust China at all?
Never trust them, but, when we're talking about economics, they're in shambles. Their country is in big trouble, and what Donald Trump is doing is trying to force them to the table. Yeah, he could come home. Here's what he's going to do. He's going to do he's going to do to Xi what he did to Chris Christie. Look at the menu. Some great stuff on the menu. Look at whatever you want, but you're having the meatloaf. That's basically what he's saying about the tariffs.
He forced him to have the meatloaf, which is a power move.
He's forced Chris Christie to have the meatloaf. He's actually metaphorically forcing President Xi to come to the table on tariffs.
And in my mind, so President Xi gets off that phone call, goes back into the room with his wife. That Donald guy's not so bad. Oh, look, there's a new tweet from Elon Musk.
Oh. To revisit that real quick before we get a break here.
Trump and Musk are feuding, and this is getting pretty nasty now. Not that long ago, like less than an hour ago, Elon Musk tweets, quote, "Time to drop the really big bomb. Trump is on the Epstein files.
Ooh.
That is the real reason they haven't been made public. Have a nice day, DJT." So Elon Musk on his verified blue check mark Twitter X account says the reason you're not getting the Epstein information, easy for me to say, is that Trump's on it. Now, before that, Donald Trump said he was the one that told Elon Musk to leave. He was ticked off that he didn't get his subsidies for electric vehicles.
Yes.
So Trump was basically like, get to step in here, space boy.
I still want to get those I still want to get those Doge cuts codified, though. I wonder how that's going to look. What dynamic is going to happen that way now? Maybe that's something we could ask the Senator Jim Banks when he calls in after 5 o'clock.
We can do that. Matt Baer, he's standing by in the WIBC Traffic Center. Matt, if folks want to get down here to Shelbyville to hang out with us, is it smooth sailing or do we have issues?
74 looks good. Now, right now, we are checking out this crash up in Madison County at southbound 69 at State Road 38, and all lanes are still closed because of an earlier fatal crash and semi-fire. Traffic is stopped for about 5 miles. Northbound 69 has reopened. That's good to go at Campus Parkway. Southbound 69 still closed at State Road 38 for investigation and cleanup. East side, southbound 465 at Washington Street. That's a stall blocking the right lane and stop-and-go traffic back to I-70. Eastbound 74-minute delay from Belmont into the south split. On the northwest side, it's Boone County. Southbound 65 at 865. Car in a ditch off the right shoulder. Slow back to State Road 267. Traffic sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, if you're somebody that's in our YouTube chat and you're here, come up and say hello.
Yeah.
You know, Nigel and I are locked in doing the show here, but if you're here from the YouTube chat, come up, say hello, say Rob Kendall sucks, and we'll have a drink together, right?
We've got to get the head chef on. His name's Bobby Boucher.
That's his real name.
For real. He just brought us a couple beers.
Bobby Boucher is awesome, by the way.
Where's Bobby? Somebody get Bobby over here.
Bobby? Coming up here in about 15 minutes, my pals from the Degenerates Next Door will join us. They're going to give you a series of free bets that you can make for this game tonight. So be listening for that. These guys are the pros.
Okay.
But coming up next, a fun, spirited round of Is This Anything? Come hang out with us. Get in your car. Get to Shelbyville right now. We're at the casino in the sports book. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hey, guys, it's Rob for We Grow Hair Indy. You know, guys who are on top of their game choose We Grow Hair Indy. People like Rajiv Ram, two-time Olympic medal winner. Go to WeGrowHairIndy.com, and you'll see who these champions are. Top radio personalities, coaches, former NFL players. They know We Grow Hair Indy had the technology and results to grow their hair back. I chose We Grow Hair Indy because I wanted to get my confidence back. And every time I look in the mirror, I'm so glad I made the choice to go to We Grow Hair Indy. And you can get your confidence back. It's so simple. Head over to WeGrowHairIndy.com today or call 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Schedule your totally free, no hassle, no obligation consultation, and you could be getting your confidence back. Be on top of your game and look like a champion. Call We Grow Hair Indy today. 317-522-2995.
Harv, we need to get down. Hey, nip it, you dumb bunny. I'm talking about goose down for my jacket. I wish we could see some geese out here. Well, why? Because we need to get back in time to the state's largest gun show this weekend. Harv, I gotta get a goose before we go. That's not what I mean, you perverted furball. Now, the reason we haven't gotten any geese is because all this old hunting gear. As soon as we get back, we're going to the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show out at the fairgrounds. We're getting new everything. Camo, guns, knives, ammo, survival gear, even a GPS. What's that, Harv? Are there any deer gear dealers at the show that will give you advice? Well, sure. What? No, it's not called Deer Abbey, you idiot. Look here comes some now. Well, what do you know? Harv got 1 out of 5. Guess you could say his flight plan was canceled by air traffic control.
Celebrity voice imaginary character impersonated. The Indy 1500 Gun, Knife, and Outdoor Show this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the State Fairgrounds.
911, what's your emergency?
Por favor, necesito ayuda. Está volando y creo que me va a pegar otra vez.
I will get someone to speak with you. Please stay on the line.
Hola,
Tengo su obligación. Ayuda está en camino.
Getting past a language barrier is critical when first responders help Hoosiers. That's why the State 911 Board provides special tools for non-English speaking citizens to communicate with emergency services.
Si estás en peligro, aunque no hables inglés, podrás recibir ayuda en una emergencia rápidamente.
All Indiana 911 centers began offering translation services in over 240 languages in 2019. Now, people can send text messages for help in their native language to 911 and receive a translated text back from the dispatcher. It's of great help to the deaf and speech impaired and to those in select dangerous situations.
Cuando llame o envíe un texto al 911, un servicio de traducción se asegurará que entiendan lo que está diciendo.
For more information, visit in911.net.
Gracias.
911. Before you text, voice is best.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Need air conditioning service and want to work with a local company you can trust like B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical? Find that independent American Standard Air dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Broadcasting from the Caesars Sportsbook located right inside of Horseshoe Casino Indy in Shelbyville. It's a Hammer and Nigel show. Getting ready for game one of the Pacers NBA playoffs.
Let's go.
Here's some noise. Is This Anything brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, presented by the Attorney General's office here in Indiana. Reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week.
Every week?
Every single week. Fast, easy, and free. And all you got to do is put your name in there, search, and see if you got some money floating around. IndianaUnclaimed.gov.
Is This Anything? A 21-year-old TikToker on Long Island got arrested after a string of videos showed him going around to various stores and dumping big buckets of food on his head.
I've seen this guy. Yeah.
Things like black beans, huge bucket of eggs. Here this lunatic is dumping food on his head at a fast food restaurant.
I'm Tommy Tough Knuckles. I just hit 25K. Bean challenge. Get me to 50K, we'll do more!
He's got like 5 million clicks. Like he's making money off this crap. Tommy Tough Knuckle? Did I hear that right? I want to play it one more time, Allison, because I love the reaction of the people. It was either egg yolk or a big bucket of beans that he poured on his head. Just destroyed the inside of the restaurant, and that's his shtick. That's the TikTok thing. All he's looking for is likes. Play it again, Allison.
I'm Tommy Tough Knuckles. I just hit 25K. Bean challenge. Get me to 50K, we'll do more.
How many clicks could I get if I beat the piss out of him? If I filmed a video of me just beating the piss out of Tommy Tough Knuckle, would I get more clicks than him dumping it on his head?
He's been arrested, and there was a couple of videos where he talked his way into private residents' homes to use their bathroom, and he had them on camera unknowingly, which is a felony. So he's been arrested, gone to court over this stuff, and all the reporters there in Long Island were like, Tommy Tough Knuckle, not so tough now, are you? But this kid, a very punchable face, and it's so unoriginal. Like we were talking about President Trump having a conversation with China. Could this be part of the tariff talk? Could this be part of the negotiation? Is to either, not get rid of TikTok, but the algorithms are a little bit different in the United States than they are in China in terms of what you see. In China, it's all mathematics and science and, all the smart stuff. In the United States, it's guys dumping beans on their head in a restaurant.
Right.
And are causing a ruckus.
And more people want to be Tommy Tough Knuckle in this country
I know,
than they do
awful?
doctors.
Yeah. You hit it on the head there.
Is this anything? A stray kitten on Long Island got stuck 15 feet down a pipe outside somebody's home.
Oh, no.
And the firefighters couldn't reach it. But a volunteer named John showed up and got it out quickly with a pretty clever method. Here's the homeowner where the kitten was stuck, and Pamela and John talking about the rescue.
Quite honestly, I don't know how a little kitten like that made such a lot of noise. It was clearly asking for help.
It was screaming when I got there. I played kitten meow sounds to try to lure it out to it, and it did work. It came right out to the meow sounds. They think the siblings their mother is calling them.
Superheroes come in all different sizes and shapes, and he had that kitten out.
I started laughing when I heard, was that the cat at the beginning?
No, those were fake cat noises the dude used to lure the cat out of the pipe.
Either way, those aren't cat noises. Tell me if you really think that's... Play it at the beginning again. I don't know what that was. It sounded like a little baby crying or a...
Sounds like when you tell Abdul he's a member of the establishment. Wah! Wah!
Hey, good on that guy, though. I mean, congratulations. Did the right thing. Did what the firefighters couldn't, actually.
Right.
Impressive.
Is this anything in a perfect blend of now and then? Somebody used the power of AI to show what a man-on-the-street interview would look like back in the 1500s. Now, before we play this audio, Allison, what's a man-on-the-street style interview?
I don't know, where you just walk, you get a microphone and a camera, and you just walk up to somebody and start interviewing them about something, asking them questions about the day, about the local news, about what's going on.
Just cold, random questions, right? This is what it would sound like doing a man-on-the-street interview in the 1500s.
What's life like for you right now?
Woke up, stepped in dung, got taxed, and that was before breakfast.
What do you think of King Henry?
Well, he's very committed to marrying.
How's the health situation looking?
Well, everyone I saw yesterday is dead today, so...
What's life like for a farmer right now? Hard work, sore back, but the soil was good this year. Might even eat something with meat next week.
Is that anything?
That's awesome.
Woke up, got taxed, and that was before noon.
But the other one
Preach, brother. I live in Marion County.
How's everything going for you today, sir? Well, everybody I saw yesterday is dead today. That's I think that's probably what it would have been like in the 1500s had I would been there.
Oh, it was a horrible time. Horrible time.
Everybody I saw yesterday is dead today.
Woke up, got taxed, and it's not even noon. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Friend of my wife just texted her and said, man, we heard Nigel talking about his Galaxy concrete garage floor coating. We think it looks awesome. We want one too. How do we get a hold of them? It's really easy. Galaxy concrete coatings. It's not epoxy, by the way, just so you know. It's the epoxy is the old stuff the other guys used. It's polyurea. It's stronger, the new premium standard for coatings. So whether it's a garage or basement, they just got done doing my utility room in my basement, pool deck, any indoor, outdoor area concrete, check out GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com. GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com, or give them a call, 751-9070.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Stylin'. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 62225, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant.
who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
An active scene on I-69. Light rain on radar, falling in parts of central Indiana. Cloudy and 75 on Monument Circle. The low tonight, 68. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 4:31. Two semis collided this afternoon around 1:45 on I-69 near Fishers. One of the semis caught on fire and at least one person was killed. Matt Baer will have the latest on how this is still affecting traffic coming up from the WIBC Traffic Center. President Trump imposing a travel ban on Iran, Yemen, Sudan, and others.
This action reinforces the administration's unwavering commitment to protecting our borders and ensuring that those who wish to do us harm are denied access.
State Department Deputy Spokesperson Tommy Pigott says a partial ban was also issued for nations like Cuba, Venezuela, and Turkmenistan. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro condemned the ban, calling it a stigmatization and criminalization campaign. Lots of arrests made by Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE.
Sources tell Fox that on Wednesday, they made more than 2,300 arrests, setting the record for the highest single day of arrests in ICE history. ICE Houston deported 142 criminal aliens to Mexico in the past 2 weeks. ICE says it includes 8 documented gang members, 11 convicted child predators, and a criminal alien who illegally entered the United States 21 times.
That's Fox's Brooke Taylor reporting. ICE says if Congress passes the big, beautiful bill, it would greatly increase their number of agents and arrests. Indiana's Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith believes the LGBTQ community is throwing their ideology towards people who just don't want it during this Pride Month.
We have nothing against people living the life that they choose. The problem is there's an agenda that some are using to say, hey, you're going to accept this lifestyle whether you like it or not. That was the reason to the post.
That's Beckwith speaking to our news gathering partners at Wish TV. He made a post to his personal social media account earlier this month where he said the Rainbow Beast is coming for your kids. He says public funding should not be used for Pride Month activities. And the RBC Canadian Open is underway. This week's PGA Tour event is going down at TPC Toronto at Osprey Valley in Caledon, which is just outside Toronto. Last year's winner was Robert McIntyre. He's back in the field this year. World number 1, Scotty Scheffler, won this last week's Memorial Tournament. He's sitting this tournament out, though. And your closing bell report on 93 WIBC. At the closing bell today, the Dow Jones Industrial Average finished down 108 points to 42,319. The S&P 500 was down 31 points to 5,939. And the NASDAQ plummeted 162 points to 19,298. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute. It's 4:33.
My name's Craig Landers. I'm a union laborer for Local 120, and I'm a member of the Veterans Steering Committee and been retired for 7 years.
For members of the Laborers International Union of North America, giving back is part of their commitment to the Indy community.
I like to help veterans and family downtown. Part of the building burnt down that housed the veterans that lived there. So we donated money to help out. They lost everything they had. I mean, they didn't have much, but they lost what they did have.
When the Indy community needs help, LIUNA steps up.
People bring in clothes and shoes and food. We had a couple car shows and donated the proceeds to the Veteran Suicide Prevention.
This is Chris Brickey, Business Manager of Labor's Local 120. While all our members are skilled, highly trained men and women, we are also your friends, neighbors, Little League coaches, and volunteers here in Indy.
Pretty good to help them guys out. That's a good feeling to help people out.
We build Indy for good jobs and stronger communities. We are LIUNA Local 120.
With traffic at 435, here's Matt Bear.
All right, John. Madison County, southbound 69 still closed because of a fatal crash from earlier. This is at State Road 38. That's where traffic is being diverted. Also on southbound 69 at Campus Parkway, where the crash happened, we still have 2 right lanes blocked, so some traffic might get to that point. And just keep in mind it's going to be sold through there as well. But the actual closure point at State Road 38 in Madison County. Also looking at northbound 465, slow after I-72 Penn Pike. This is southbound 65 loaded up from 21st to Meridian Penn. And eastbound 70 delayed 5 minutes Harding into the south split. Southbound 65 70 stop and go traffic from the north split down to Fletcher Avenue because of road construction. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trust a local, trust employee owned, trust your home. To bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Cloudy skies tonight. Areas of fog develop with lows in the mid-60s. Could see some morning fog for your Friday. Otherwise, mostly cloudy with some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Highs will be into the upper 70s near 80. Dry conditions for part of the weekend with rain chances late on Saturday. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
You're damn right you are. We are live out at Caesars Sportsbook inside Horseshoe Casino Indy in Shelbyville. The Hammer and Nigel Show out on the road for a tailgate. Pacers game 1 tonight. NBA Finals against Oklahoma City Thunder. Who do we have joining us right now, Hammer?
Professional gamblers, professional handicappers. You can hear them on the Degenerates Next Door podcast. There's a new one out right now.
Which one is the pompous ass that you actually called on the air today earlier?
That would be one Kenny Britt of KD Sports.
Kenny Britt. I heard you call him that today. I'm like, oh my God, who are these guys?
And my other friend here is a guy that, boy, if you could fill an hour with his stories, David Stefanoff of FollowNeverFade.com.
Thank you, guys.
Nice to see him. Nice to put faces with voices.
Here's what I've noticed. Like, when we win things that we talk about on the show, nobody says a word. Nope. But when we lose, Kenny's a fat ass, David's a degenerate, and I don't know what I'm doing.
All the time. We can go 80%, and that's, yeah.
What about the group text? Tell me about the group text we have. We can't comment during any Pacer game during the group text.
No you know me, I'm superstitious, and Nigel knows this, because I've had to yell at Nigel
Yeah,
before.
he's had to yell at me before. It's the group texts during the Pacer games are few and far between with this guy.
If things are going well, just let it ride.
Colts, we can go all day about.
Colts.
I broke the rule one time last week, I think it was, and Hammer laid it down on me, man. I was like, God damn, he's mad at me.
Yeah. Don't ever say things are going well with the Pacer game during the game of the playoff.
I feed off of negative energy, right? I'm the guy that thinks if anything can go bad, it will, because I've been a Pacers fan. I know what it's like. I've seen LeBron hit logo threes to rip my heart out of my chest, right?
I feel like this is awesome. This is a live Degenerates Next Door podcast happening as we speak.
2 in 1 day,
man. Well, let's start with tonight. This is the reason why people are here. People are excited. Kenny, we'll start with you. What action do you have on this Pacers-Thunder game tonight?
On the game itself, I like 231 under on the full game.
The total points, under 231.
I like Paul Siakam, under 29.5 PRAs.
I like when you call him Paul, like he's your buddy.
Yeah, Pascal.
Yeah, Spicy P, Paul.
Under 29.5 PRAs.
Now, what's that?
Points plus rebounds plus assists.
So that's a prop bet that you can bet, where combined points, rebounds, and assists. And what's the number?
Under 29.5.
Under. So you don't think your buddy's going to have a big game tonight?
I do not. We'll get back into that in a minute.
Okay.
And then my last one is Hartenstein for a double-double. That's great value, plus 600 tonight.
Hartenstein from the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yes.
Okay. David, I turn to you. What action do you have tonight?
Tonight's game, I like 2 plays. Before me and Kenny even talked to each other, we both were on Hartenstein. I'm on Hartenstein over 7 rebounds. Against the Pacers, he history shows he goes.
Pacers have had a hard time rebounding.
Yeah.
Like, even the series they've won, rebounding's been a pretty big problem.
And he's on the court to do one thing, and that's rebound.
Yep.
The other one, Jalen Williams, over 2+ 3-pointers. That guy's been a great three-point shooter all season. If you look at his game logs, he's only been under 2 3-pointers, I think, 2 of the last 13 games.
And I love your bets here because we've got some Pacer players, we got some Thunder players. It just makes the game a little bit more interesting.
And let me ask you guys, and all three of you guys answer this. How much does history play a part in your decision-making when it comes to throwing out bets? You know what I mean? Like,
head-to-head, the Oklahoma City, the Pacers, I think
they lost both games this season.
Right. But
does that matter?
Oklahoma City's only been beat by the Eastern Conference team one time in 2 years, and it was the Pacers at home.
At home, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But recent trends, like more so than historical, right?
Right. Okay. Yeah, and you got to go back and look, NBA season, there's a lot of injuries during the course of a season. You can't just look at the score. You got to see who played, who set out, et cetera, et cetera.
Right on.
Back then for the Pacers, and when they got beat at home, I think Neesmith was definitely out that night.
But Holmgren was also out for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, he's missed most of the season, yeah. But like David has said, does that matter? I mean, after SGA, like David said, the next 7 players on the Oklahoma City probably couldn't start for us.
Could any, besides maybe Jalen Williams, not one of the Oklahoma City players would start for the Pacers?
SGA's the MVP. And I think he's already shot 13 free throws in this game tonight. It doesn't start for a couple of hours. He's already shot 13 free throws.
2 through 8, though, Pacers match up great against Oklahoma City. And I think, we talked about on the podcast, Pacers got the edge with the coaching.
Okay, because this is interesting because the Las Vegas odds makers, the Las Vegas professionals, they feel like Oklahoma City is the second coming of the 96 Bulls, and they're a heavy favorite against the Pacers tonight.
Yes, but like I heard your guest earlier, the sportsbook manager, they could clean up right now if Oklahoma City would lose. If the Pacers win the series, Vegas, the sportsbooks would clean up. Nobody, it's Indiana against the world. Nobody's rooting for to think the Pacers absolutely win. That's why they're plus 500 to win the series.
Do they have a shot, David?
Yes, they have a shot. We've got just as good a team as Oklahoma City. We're more vets. We get the better coach. It comes down to coach. A lot of it comes coaching.
And what'd you say? You're saying the bench
besides SGA.
Yeah.
2 through 8 on the roster, Pacers match up way better. Not one person besides SGA, in my eyes, would start on the Pacers starting 5 besides SGA.
Wow.
And people say Jalen Williams is good, but he wouldn't start over Neesmith. We know what Neesmith's about. He's a dog.
Yeah.
Kenny?
Do the Pacers have a chance? Is that my
yes.
question to me? I got my Pacers hat, my Pacers blue shirt on. Been a diehard since the 80s.
He just told me they had no shot of it.
Back in the 80s, I was there watching Market Square Arena. I was watching Herb Williams and Mark Kellogg. But let me back up, go behind Nigel over there. I think OKC wins in 5.
Oh, I needed to go at least 6. Can you give me 6, Kenny? Because I've got over 5.5 games in this series.
That's what happens when I get home from work at night. I get booed.
It's like you just walked into the bedroom without a shirt. That's what happened right there.
But I'm still good. I'm about making money, and I can't do it. I just see Oklahoma City as being better.
One of the bets we talked about on our podcast today, a prop bet on a player, Benedict Mathurin, points, rebounds, and assists over under 10.5.
Yeah, I really like that. I think he's going to. He was sporadic in his minutes.
I think he'll get that in points alone.
You very well could, because if he hits 1-3, he'll just start shooting from anywhere. I did want to make a point to something you said a minute ago about SGA at the free throw line. Against New York, I think we got more calls than they got.
Really?
Against I really think the refs, I think it was fair.
I think I saw an awful lot of push-offs from Karl Anthony Towns that kind of went unnoticed.
But we did some stuff too. I think it was at least fair. I don't know the numbers of the free throw attempts. I should have looked that up real quick, but it was fair, I think.
I think the finals will be ref different. In the regular season playoffs, because they've heard about it. How many free throws he's shooting.
And what's great is there isn't New York there. There isn't Shaq over there.
Right.
Or Shaq. LeBron James over there. Like, I think the Pacers can get a fair whistle here.
Yeah.
Like, these teams are equal. Shea is going to get to the free throw line. That's what he does. But it's not going to be this love fest of if you just fart around this player, he's going to get the call.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Yeah. I think it'll be called fair. We're quote-unquote smaller market teams. I hate that term, but it's true. It's not New York, L.A., Chicago.
Right.
So I think
So we got about a minute left here. Kenny, you've got the Thunder in 5.
Yes.
David, what about you?
I got the Pacers to win the series. I've got it in Vegas. I did walked down the street last night to get it. Pacers win the series.
My man.
Every day. Pacers money line.
As for tonight, the point spread, 9.5. Anybody got a good feel?
It was 10.5 early this week, and it's dropped down.
Was it really?
Disrespectful. I'm going to say it again like I say in the group chat every week. Every time it's disrespectful, these lines are giving the Pacers.
I'm not betting the point spread, but if I was, I would take OKC.
OKC, all right.
Who are you playing? You haven't committed yet.
I am very half-assed on the Pacers, 9.5.
Okay.
I'm more into my player props.
Right.
I'm more into the series prop that I got.
We're in your hearts with the Pacers, though.
I'm rooting for the Pacers tonight. But if somebody wants to hire you gentlemen for your services, Kenny, where can they find you?
Currently, I'm on Facebook at KB Sports, and here in about a week or two, I'll have a website up. That stuff crashes all the time on social media, so I need to get me a website up. So here in about a week or two, I'll have a website as well.
And it's all sports, right?
It's all sports, yep.
David?
Every single platform, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Just type in follow or fade. We pop up everywhere with free plays every day.
You gave us the shirt.
Yes,
You got a shirt. There we
And
go.
then the special appearances every week on the Degenerates podcast.
Great
right?
podcast. Great podcast. I want to thank you, Hammer. Thank you, Rob.
Yeah, thank
Travis,
you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Nigel,
Appreciate
for
you.
Twice a week,
problem, man.
football season, not that far away.
Yeah.
Let's go. Give it up for the Degenerates next door, ladies and
There you
gentlemen.
go.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Hammer Nigel here. You have to have that free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery. Here's why. You got to squeeze every penny out of that Social Security system that's rightfully yours. If you haven't checked your Social Security statement to see how much money you'll get in retirement, it could be more, it could be less. So that's why you need the free analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy. Give him a call, 317-648-5120.
So if you've saved more than $200,000, but you've not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery, your retirement guy. 317-648-5120. This free analysis takes the guesswork out of filling out the paperwork for your benefits. You'll understand things a lot more after this free analysis. 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120 for Bill Demery.
Gotta love summertime. It's for enjoying outdoor music and vacations, and our pals at AAA Hoosier Motor Club can help you save on both. AAA is now the official travel partner of Ruoff Music Center, and AAA members are going to enjoy some big-time benefits. Early entry into concerts, access to the AAA Premier Lounge. Can't wait to go see Chris Stapleton this summer.
Concerts at Ruoff, always a good time, always a fun time. Same with going on a vacation. And AAA members save with access to hotel discounts, rental car discounts, and a lot more, along with complimentary travel planning. Plus, if you run into trouble on the road, AAA has you covered. Flat tire, dead battery, run out of gas. AAA is there 24/7, 365, no matter where your travels take you. So do yourself a favor. Join AAA today. AAA.com, 844-GO-AAA-GO, or stop by your local AAA office.
The month of May has raced by at Sundown Gardens in Miss M's Home and Garden. Denny Smith here. The June sales are now on. Come shop the great high-quality products at both garden centers and save big this week. It's 20% off annuals and 30% off pottery at both locations. And if you're shopping for poly patio furniture, visit Miss M's in Bargersville for 20% off their patio furniture. Visit Sundown Gardens at 186th Street, Spring Mill Road in Westfield, or Miss M's on State Road 135 in Bargersville.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs, swelling, burning, cramping, aching, even restless leg syndrome. In some cases, it can lead to serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offers minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances. Call 317-516-6861 and schedule your appointment today. Don't wait. 317-516-6861 for free information today. Imagine walking, exercising, and sleeping peacefully again. Varicose and spider veins won't go away on their own. USA Vein Clinics can help. Call 317-516-6861 for fast, easy, affordable solutions. USA Vein Clinics treatments are covered by most insurance plans. Don't put this off any longer. Call 317-516-6861.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Trust employee owned. B Windows extending our employee discount to you. Up to 55% off, plus 18 months, no interest, no payments. Trust your home to B.
Politics, punchlines, and pure WIBC. The Mashup Podcast pulls the day's best moments from Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, Hammer and Nigel, and drops them in one place. New episodes each weekday. Search WIBC Mashup wherever you get your podcasts.
Matt Bear's got to look at the roads.
All right, Hammer, southbound 69 in Madison County still closed at State Road 38 because of an earlier crash. It was fatal, involved a couple of semis, and traffic is stopped for about 5 miles. Northbound 69 has reopened at Campus Parkway. It was shut down because of that crash. No longer. Northbound 69 open at Campus Parkway. Northeast side crash. Eastbound 465 at the White River in the center lane. Stop and go traffic back to South Keystone Avenue. Also looking at eastbound 70 slow from West Street into the South Split. Westbound 70 slow into the North Split from Rural. Jamming of southbound 6570 is at construction from the North Split down to Fletcher Avenue at a crash. West side, Tibbs Avenue at 10th Street. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services plus 18 months. No interest or payments. Trust a local. Trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
75 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. This is awesome. There's some folks that are still here from when I used to work here back in the day. Andrea is here. Anna is here.
What'd you do here back in the day, Hammer?
I used to work in the marketing department.
Okay.
Was up in the marketing department, and these folks used to actually be nice to me. They were some of the folks that were nice. I don't know why. But somebody that's new and somebody that I think is awesome is like the guy that's running like the food program in the Caesar Sportsbook.
Chef Bobby.
Yes, sir.
Bobby Boucher.
Yes, the one and only Bobby Boucher.
And that's actually his last name.
Yes.
Bobby Boucher. So here's the deal. You walk into the casino, there's this giant, beautiful, big restaurant called Brew Brothers. Within the restaurant is the Caesar Sportsbook.
Yes, sir.
And you got the restaurant, so there's TVs all over the place. Not just the sportsbook, but TVs everywhere in the middle of the bar. You've got seats and booths over there. You've got just TVs everywhere. So if you can't get a seat in the sportsbook, but you want to eat and have something to drink, this is it. Tell me about the restaurant. Tell me, how do you get to become like the man here, the big boss man in the main restaurant?
So we'll do a little backstory here. I started on property 10 years ago after refining food and culinary, reigniting that passion in my life, and then started as a cook one, just cutting vegetables all day, making fries and making salads. Hard work, determination. I just put my nose down, learned from the great chefs I had here with me, and started climbing that ladder. I went from a cook one to a kitchen supervisor to a sous, was a sous chef for many years.
That's awesome.
The pandemic happened. I left and ventured into healthcare side of culinary, working in retirement homes and stuff like that. Had lost my mom earlier in my culinary career, so that had a little bit of a passion to me.
Mhm.
It's helping them, giving them a last meal that they can remember and everything.
Oh,
like
that's
that.
amazing. That's awesome.
And then the opportunity come back here on property. They reached out, and I wasn't going to turn it down. I missed it the whole time I was here. I was gone.
And again, we can't, just let this slide. Your real name is Bobby Boucher.
Bobby Boucher.
You've probably
Like Adam
heard
Sandler.
as many Waterboy jokes as I've heard MC Hammer jokes in my life.
I would almost guarantee it. That movie came out when I was in high school, playing high school football, so...
Oh, so you really were like
Yeah.
Bobby Boucher.
And I even have a son named after me, too, so it's even better.
That's awesome.
Where are you from?
Here in Shelbyville.
Oh, man, homegrown.
Homegrown, yeah.
Look
That's
at you.
awesome. Started cooking in a half a block from where I live now with my grandma, and yeah.
So Nigel and I are probably going to get some food here in a little bit. I was asking you, how are the wings? I'm a wings guy. How are the wings?
The wings are spectacular. That's one of the main sellers in the restaurant is the wings. They're fresh smoked daily. We brine them for 24 hours. We got a big, beautiful smoker back there that does all our meats. So,
well, look, I love your backstory. I like how you were here and left and came back, and I just love I love this area we're in general. Hammer. I mean, the restaurant, the sports book, it's everything. And then you got the casino outside. It's crazy.
So if you're getting
crazy,
off work,
man.
you still got time to get here and hang out with us. There's some chairs open here, big comfortable chairs, awesome food. Anywhere you turn, you can get a drink in this joint. So,
and even before you guys are here too, during the week we're open from 11 a.m. for lunch and dinner, all through the week, and then Fridays and Saturdays we're open till 11 p.m. too. So if you don't want to come in here during a busy game time, want to come in during the day when it's a little more chill, get lunch. I do a 2 for $35 meal. You get one appetizer and 2 entrees for your party.
Love it.
Bobby, you're the man. Thank you.
Bobby.
Not a problem. Thank you guys for having me.
Senator Jim Banks, next.
American Standard Heating and Air. They are truly built to a higher standard. I know this. I have American Standard equipment installed in my house. I use only local independent American Standard dealers. Here's Hammer to tell you about one.
Check out our good friends at Price Point Comfort. Price Point Comfort, locally owned American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer that will give you the right price guarantee. They promise not to oversell you or pressure you into buying a bunch of stuff that you didn't ask for. While some of the other companies do that, Price Point Comfort, they strive for customer satisfaction. PricePointComfort.com. Log on right now. Check it out. PricePointComfort.com or call 317-455-1124. James and Tyler should answer your call. James or Tyler, make sure you tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. Price Point Comfort is your independent American Standard dealer built to a higher standard.
Turning 65, new to Medicare, or just moved? If you qualify for Medicare and Medicaid, a Humana Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan, a D-SNP, may give you the extra benefits you're looking for. A D-SNP helps cover things like prescriptions and checkups, but it also helps pay for essentials, too. With a Humana D-SNP, you get $225 a month for eligible groceries, rent, utilities, and more. Plus, whatever you don't spend carries over to the next month. You may even get benefits like $0 copays on routine prescriptions, plus routine dental, vision, or hearing coverage. All of this could make a difference for your health and wallet. Learn more at GetHumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a coordinated care HMO SNP plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the Indiana Medicaid program. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal. Allowance amounts cannot be combined with other benefit allowances. Limitations and restrictions may apply.
Hi, Jeff Roush for Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now, get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators, up to $8,000 off select 2024 Nautilus, or up to $7,000 off select 2024 Corsair at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Navigator MSRP 105,575, Nautilus MSRP 6195, Corsair MSRP 47,820. Offers going on now. Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
It's Kubota Orange Days. From America's #1 selling compact tractor to zero-turn mowers and versatile RTVs, get your perfect match delivered to your door. Now through June 30th, get zero down, 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,000 off select compact tractors. See the details at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Stop by McAllister Machinery in Indianapolis to see the full line of Kubota or visit McAllisterKubota.com.
If you're pressed for time, the WIBC Mashup Podcast is your shortcut to the smartest, sharpest, and strangest moments on air. It's the best content from Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, and Hammer and Nigel. Updated daily. Find the WIBC Mashup wherever you get your podcasts. Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios, this is Indy's Mobile News. 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. The news starts now.
A relationship unravels. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Days after Elon Musk wrapped his government efficiency efforts, a public feud with the president gets personal over his criticism of spending and debt levels, and the House passed a big, beautiful bill.
Look, Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if it will anymore.
The president says the Tesla CEO is upset over electric vehicle subsidies being cut, later threatening to cancel Musk's government contracts as the SpaceX founder accused the president of being disrespectful and lying. The president taking questions during a White House meeting with Germany's new chancellor.
President Trump said he had a great call with China's leader Xi Jinping and talked about rare earth minerals as well as a plan for U.S. and Chinese leaders to meet. But eventually, in the Oval Office, attention turned to Russia and Ukraine, and the president said it appears the two sides might need to fight it out some more.
But it's a pretty known analogy. You have two kids, they fight. Sometimes you let them fight for a little while. You see it in hockey. You see it in sports.
But the president and German Chancellor Friedrich Merz agreed they want the killing to stop.
I told the president before we came in that he is the key person in the world who can really do that.
By putting pressure on Russia to end the war. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
A New York jury is deliberating the sex crimes retrial of Harvey Weinstein. They got the case earlier today.
The 7-woman, 5-man jury is considering 2 counts of criminal sex act and 1 count of rape, each relating to a different accuser and a different date. Closing arguments wrapped on Wednesday with prosecutor Nicole Bloomberg telling jurors Weinstein held the golden ticket to Hollywood success and used it to sexually assault women who feared retaliation.
Fox's Michelle Polino, the defense has claimed any encounters were consensual. Regardless of how this verdict goes, Weinstein still has time to serve in California for separate sex crimes convictions. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Where a semi caught on fire. You've got a cloudy sky with some light rain on radar, 76 degrees in the Circle City. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 5:02. 2 semis hit each other on I-69 this afternoon around 1:45 just outside of Fishers, and one of them burst into flames. Police say at least one person has died. They're trying to figure out what caused the crash. Indiana's weather is changing during this month of June. Mike Ryan at the National Weather Service in Indianapolis explains how.
We're transitioning into more of that early summer pattern where we don't see really as much of kind of the broader, more widespread severe weather events. Doesn't mean it can't happen.
He says you'll want to watch out for scattered rain going on now throughout the weekend, though. Police say a man from Dayton, Ohio has been involved in more than one drug bust this year. On Monday, detectives searched the home of a man named Devontae Hotboy Chapman. They say they found several ounces of fentanyl and cocaine. He had been previously charged with drug offenses in January of this year. So combined in the 2 investigations, the cops seized more than 5 ounces of fentanyl, 3 ounces of cocaine, and roughly $12,000. They believe Chapman took part in a drug deal on the south side of Richmond, Indiana. A Shelbyville theater owner is getting a search from the FBI. Jarrett Lewis reports.
FBI agents serving warrants Thursday morning at a home in Shelbyville belonging to David Finkel. The warrants stem from a child pornography investigation. Finkel owns the Strand Theater in town and is also vice president of the Shelbyville Central Schools Board. The theater has been at its Shelbyville location for more than 100 years and had just reopened after initially announcing a closure over issues with insurance coverage. According to his LinkedIn page, Finkel is also a member of a handful of other boards, including the city's ambulance, utility, and public works and safety boards. No other details about the FBI investigation have been released at this time. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And you can take an adventure through time at Conner Prairie tomorrow. Terry Stacy explains.
Tickets are still available for History on Tap at Conner Prairie.
We're taking you back to 1800s, learning about different beers, wines. There will be over 30 breweries, wineries that will be there for you to sample. There will be food available for you to purchase. It's guaranteed to be a great time.
Hyacinth Rucker says gates open at 6. Tickets at ConnorPrairie.org. Terry Stacy, WIBC Mobile News.
And I'm John Herrick, WIBC News Time, 5:04, your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
There sure are a lot of memories in that house. It's where you celebrated years of anniversaries and birthdays, where you watched the kids grow, where you relaxed in your retirement. You love it right down to the scuff on the dining room floor and that sticky window in the bedroom. But now the stairs are getting harder, the lawn, the cleaning, the repairs, it's just too much to keep up. And you know it's probably time to downsize. But the thought of getting the house ready to sell is overwhelming. It's time to learn about Simple Quarters. They'll buy your house as is. No repairs, no worries. They handle everything. You take what you want and you leave the rest. They're a Christian company, so they understand the emotional ties, and they'll be respectful of your memories and feelings as they help you simplify your life. If you're considering downsizing and want a hassle-free way to sell your home, call Simple Quarters at 317-900-HOME. That's 317-900-HOME, or go to simplequarters.com.
Traffic at 5:05. Here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, John, Madison County southbound 69 still closed as State Road 38 because of that earlier semi-fire and fatal crash. So traffic is stopped for about 5 miles from that closure. Westbound 70 on the east side, stop-and-go traffic from rural into the north split. And we are grinding down to the south split because of road construction. Eastbound 70 before the south split. This is a stall reported. Boone County southbound 65 stop-and-go traffic in pockets from State Road 267 down to the Dogleg 865, and eastbound 465 on the north side slow from 865 over to Ditch Road. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months. No interest or payments. Trust a local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Your American Standard Cooling Weather Center forecast.
Scattered showers and storms remain possible until tonight and Friday morning with patchy dense fog in place and lows in the mid-60s. Additional showers and storms ahead Friday afternoon and night with a low severe risk for damaging winds. Highs near 80 and humid. I'm Wish TV. Storm Track AB meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
Broadcasting live inside the Caesars Sportsbook, located right inside Horseshoe Casino Indy in Shelbyville. It's the Hammer and Nigel show. How y'all doing? Let's hear it. You guys ready for the Pacer game tonight?
Let's go.
Ready for those Pacers? Pacers game one tonight. A little tailgate action, and then a Pacer viewing party for game one. Let's go straight to the hotline and bring on Senator, the great state of Indiana, Jim Banks. Mr. Banks, where are you watching the game tonight? Are you in the swamp? Are you at home? Are you bellied up at a bar somewhere? Where are you?
Well, unfortunately, I'm stuck in Washington. I'm headed to a Cubs game here in D.C. in a little bit, but I'll be paying close attention to the Pacers game. I'm excited about game one. This is going to be a great series. The Pacers are America's team. And if there's anything that we can all agree about in a very divided America, it's that the Pacers are the team that we want to win. They might be the underdog, but they are the team that represents the very best of America, and I'm excited to cheer for them.
Well, I know you put out a message earlier today. The one thing that we can all agree on is go Pacers, and that was a tweet having to do with a little bit of a fallout between the president and Elon Musk. It's like I'm watching my parents get divorced here because I know this is a serious thing, and I want the Doge to get codified, and I want, there's certain things with the build, the better,
big beautiful bill,
big beautiful bill that I like. There's certain concerns I have, but so your overall take on just kind of what's going on, what we should be concerned with here, and maybe just this fray, this splitting up, this divorce of the friendship between Elon and Donald Trump.
Well, here's what you should be afraid of. You should be afraid of the one big beautiful bill not passing, because if it doesn't pass, it'll be the biggest tax increase on every single person listening to this show right now. Your taxes will go up on average $3,000 a family if the big beautiful bill doesn't extend the Trump tax cuts on individuals and small businesses. in America. It'll be a severe hit. That's why we have a moral obligation to pass this bill because of what it does for the men and women who go to work every day, for mechanics and factory workers and police officers and teachers, for all of you. So it's so important that we pass it. Is it perfect? No, of course it's not perfect. And in the Senate, we're going to make it better. It passed out of the House by one vote, and there are ways that we can make it stronger. But we got to come back. We got to come back in the next spending bill and cut spending and address the debt. This is about extending tax cuts on everyday working Americans. Is what the bill does. Is why it's important, and we have to pass it.
So, Senator, walk me through this here, because I know there are some folks that are listening right now that maybe not following this stuff as closely as we do. You're telling us if this bill does not pass, we're going to be hit with a tax increase. But I also hear this big, beautiful bill adds a crap ton of money to the national debt.
Well, first of all, go back to 2017. 2017, Congress passed the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, and it made the corporate tax rates permanent, but it sunset the rates on individuals and small businesses to this point where we are right now. So if we don't extend the tax cuts, your taxes will go up. I don't know about you guys, but I don't talk to anybody who can afford another $3,000 tax hike. I mean, it's hard enough to make ends meet, but that's what's going to happen. If this bill doesn't pass, people's taxes are going to go up. There's a lot of talk about what it adds to the deficit and all of that, and at the end of the day, you address that by cutting spending, not raising taxes on working class Americans. And that's why the rescissions package that the White House released this week, the first rescissions package that cuts spending, and why the next spending bill where we can cut more wasteful spending in the federal government, that's how you address spending and the debt. Don't raise taxes on working class blue collar Americans who are struggling right now to keep up anyway. So that's why it matters. The Medicaid reforms, the work requirements is really good policy. Over 5 million Americans sit at home who could work but don't work. They're able-bodied. They're not taking care of a sick kid or a sick mom. They stay home. They collect Medicaid, but they should go to work every day. And that's a really important part of the bill. And that saves about $600-700 billion over the next 10 years, along with taking Medicaid away from illegal immigrants. So you'll hear the left-wing media and the Democrats cry about people losing Medicaid. The people who are losing Medicaid are able-bodied Americans who could go to work but don't go to work, and illegal immigrants who shouldn't be getting Medicaid anyway. So that's a really good policy. That's a big part of the bill. And we cut $1.7 trillion of the Green New Deal subsidy scam that was passed under the Biden administration. There are massive spending cuts in the bill, but anybody that's talking about raising deficits and the debt, they're talking about extending tax cuts on working class Americans. And if you don't do that, everyone is going to get hit really hard that's listening to this show right now.
Well, let's pivot just a little bit. We're speaking with Senator Jim Banks. You mentioned there's stuff in this bill about energy production, stuff in this bill about securing the border. You introduced a bill this week having to do with visa overstays. We had that horrible situation in Colorado where a guy that was here in an illegal capacity overstayed his visa, throwing Molotov cocktails, anti-Semitic. People were injured, and now a judge has blocked them deporting his entire family. Can you maybe talk about a bill that you're introducing about visa overstays and making that a crime?
Yeah, I mean, this is common sense, right? I mean, right now It's not a crime to overstay your visa. We should make it a crime and then deport people who do overstay their visa. In this case, this terrorist in Boulder, he was here on a visa. The visa expired. He didn't leave. He stayed. And then he attacked Jews and pro-Israel protesters or people who were speaking out in favor of Israel in Boulder, Colorado. So he shouldn't have been here anyway. By the way, the Big Beautiful Bill largely funds the mass deportation effort of illegals that were led into this country under Joe Biden and those who overstayed their visa. But we can make it a lot simpler by making it a crime. And if you commit a crime and you're here illegally, then you should be immediately sent back to where you came from. And that's what my bill would do. It's really crazy if you think about it. That it's not a crime in America to overstay your visa. So we should make it a crime and then deport them, deport all of them, and give President Trump the funding they needs to make that happen.
Senator Jim Banks of the great state of Indiana is our guest. Senator, one more thing here, and on the subject of Indiana, you had put out some tweets that you think Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky owe an apology to the Indiana Fever fans. This goes back to their claims that these no good rotten Fever fans were saying racist and inappropriate things at the opening night ball game between Indiana and Chicago. The league did this big investigation. They didn't find anything at all, nothing on video, nothing was found. Should Angel Reese in Chicago apologize?
Well, of course they should. So should the WNBA. I mean, don't call Hoosiers racist when they weren't being racist. And it's offensive. By the way, I think that the Indiana Fever. I'm a fan. My daughters love Caitlin Clark. They've gone to games. They cheer for her. It's so exciting. Caitlin Clark is such a big deal to Indiana Fever fans. And I wish the Indiana Fever would stick up for their fans too better and say that's wrong. How dare you call our fans racist? There shouldn't even had to have been an investigation because it was all bogus. It was fake. These were allegations that obviously weren't true. So stick up for the fans. Stand up for the Indiana Fever fans. And absolutely, Angel Reese, her team, WNBA, they should apologize to Indiana Fever fans for those really gross allegations. It's really disappointing to me that there hasn't been some sort of acknowledgement or apology.
You know, Hammer's a big Cubs fan, Senator. I know you said you're going to a Cubs game in the Swamp tonight, so we got to look for you on TV watching the game and then maybe checking your phone for the Pacer game. Is that what we're going to see if they show you?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You know, I'm going with a few of my Senate colleagues, and you know, one of my Senate colleagues is Senator Ricketts from Nebraska, whose family owns the Chicago Cubs. So he invited me to go along. He said, absolutely, I'll go to a Cubs game with a family member of the owner of the greatest Major League Baseball team in the country. So, and they're off to a good start.
Don't be afraid to tell that family to spend a little money, Senator. Don't be afraid to tell the Ricketts family it's okay to act like a major market. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'll send that message. You better buy me a hot dog too.
Senator Jim Banks, as always, we appreciate your conversation, and thank you so much for taking the time.
Have a good night.
All right, Matt Bear standing by. He's got to look at the roads.
All right, Hammer, looking at southbound 69 Madison County, all lanes still closed because of an earlier fatal crash involving two semis. Traffic is stopped for about 5.5 miles. Then southbound 69 slows as you approach Indianapolis. A little bit slow right now. 82nd Street to 465. Southbound Keystone Parkway in Carmel. Stop and go traffic. Carmel Drive down to 96th Street. Inbound 65 slow 21st to the north split. Westbound 70, that construction delay causing stop and go traffic rural into the north split. And that delay continues to grind on southbound 65 70 down to the south split. Eastbound 70 stop and go from west into the south split. And on the south side, northbound 65 slow after Southport Road up to I-465. Eastbound lanes also stop and go before that 65 interchange. Traffic sponsored by Rocket. Rocket.com is a single, seamless home ownership platform to help you find, buy, sell, finance, and even refinance your home. Get started today at Rocket.com. Rocket, own the dream. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
It's 75 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. We're going to play a fun round of Are You Okay With This next.
Oh, man, if you've saved more than $200,000 and have not filed for Social Security, you better be checking those Social Security statements to see how much money you'll be getting in retirement, because the number could be a lot less. It could be a lot more than the number that's on your statement. Discover how you could get every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy here in Indy.
Bill Demery is your retirement guy, and he wants to schedule a free analysis with you right now so you can learn how you can get every last penny that's rightfully yours in retirement. It's a free analysis. All you have to do is set it up. 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120. Attend this for free. Bring your better half with you. You guys will thank me later. 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
911, what's your emergency?
In an emergency, voice is best. But what if you can't call?
Escalated domestic disturbance reported east of downtown. Be advised, alert was received by a 911 emergency text. Caller is hiding in a closet and can't use her voice.
When the situation is too dangerous to make a call, text to 911. Capability Now helps Hoosiers. But in most emergencies, voice is still best.
My sister's not breathing. Please hurry.
In the last 5 years, Hoosiers have used text capability in over 1 million 911 sessions. It's of great help to the deaf and speech impaired and to those in select dangerous situations. Thanks to the statewide 911 board, Indiana leads the nation with all 92 counties having in- and outbound text capability. For more, visit in911.net.
It's good to hear your voice. Help is on the way.
911. Before you text, voice is best.
Big Joe here for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical.
With a B&W Premier Club membership, you'll stay ahead of breakdowns and costly repairs. Our members get routine maintenance, priority scheduling, and exclusive discounts, saving you money and keeping your family comfortable all season long. Visit bplusw.com or call 317-214-0108 for more information.
B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical, your American Standard dealer since 1961.
At Hendricks, our cancer care
is in the details.
When you are with us, and you have our time and you have our energy.
We have a wonderful team of highly trained oncologists, physical therapists, speech pathologists, dietitians.
Always making sure that the patient is the center of the care.
We have excellent nurse navigation that are skilled at identifying barriers to treatment,
as well as expertise from Mayo Clinic.
It is more personal care than just a number.
Visit hendricks.org/cancer.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Your Pacers are in the finals.
Halliburton unloads a three. Oh! That did not happen!
Score tickets to the finals between your Pacers and the Thunder. Learn about finals watch parties and other upcoming events and more.
Pacers have 4 seconds to score one more time. Here comes Neesmith. He'll get it off from the wing. And of course he hit it! He hit it.
Visit Pacers.com/finals now for all the latest information. Pacers Finals presented by KeyBank, Kroger, and Starry.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 today.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun. Brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah. Tailgating for that Pacer playoff game, baby, inside Caesar Sportsbook, located right here at the Horseshoe Casino Indy in Shelbyville. I'm Nigel. That's Jason Hammer, Indy native and comedian Mike Epps, opening up a new youth boxing gym to combat gun violence in Indy. It's called The Right Jab. It's going to feature boxing training with a message of drop the guns and get these hands. Are you okay with this, Hammer?
I love this. I think this is great. Now, our colleague from a couple of our sister stations, Mel McMahon, is here.
Oh, Mel McMahon's joining us.
Mel has joined us. She's going to do this round with us. I am okay with this. I love the message here. I was just watching some, like, hood movies the other night, Boys in the Hood and, like, Friday. They had, like, those were all on one of the movie channels. And my wife and I were talking. The message of these movies, once you get past like the glorification of like the gang violence, the message is you don't need a gun to be a dude. This is all you need, 2 hands, like the message that Pop gives in Friday. I love that. This is the message here that Mike Epps is giving.
I'm completely okay with that. I agree with you. If you can make it to the end of those movies, you do get that message. And I think we see that every day. And that's definitely something Indianapolis needs because I think we've gone a little crazy.
Now, I will say this. For those thinking, oh, okay, good for Mike Epps, keep in mind, Mike Epps is still a guy that is reminding people to stay strapped. He had a little issue at the airport not that long ago, and listen to the way he ends his little video that he put on social media when he got busted at the airport with his pistol. Allison?
I want to give a shout out to all my fans out there and want to apologize for seeing any negativity about a gun charge at an airport. I had a long night, I had a show in my hometown, and I literally forgot that I had my pistol in my bag. Now, if you want to know why I carry a gun, I carry money all the time, I be having jewelry on, and these dudes is out here robbing people, so I just want to make sure I make it clear I ain't out here doing nothing wrong, but I keep a gun on me because I got to protect myself. Sometimes I ain't with my security. So, just want to let y'all know that I'm still on some positive vibes, and sorry that it happened. And you know, all I can tell you is the world is crazy. Stay strapped.
Stay strapped, Mel.
Well, it's always good to have a backup plan, right? If you can't have the gun, you should know how to box, right?
But and I think there's a difference between saying stay strapped. I mean, it's fine to have a gun on you, but the reason you see so much quote-unquote gun violence in Indy is because these kids are going around and pulling the trigger when they should be fighting, like on social media and stuff like that, you know, social media beefs and stuff like that. If you're defending yourself, that's one thing. If you're being robbed at gunpoint or carjacked, that's what he's talking about. But
you can be a law-abiding gun owner
of course,
and also throw hands once in a while.
We're so desensitized, right? My 10-year-old knows more about guns than I have ever known. And I'm like, why do you know that? Why do you know that? It's in the games they're playing. Right. And it's like there's different ways to solve problems. Oh my gosh, Roblox. Can we stop with the Roblox, please?
Great moments in Mike Epps' history. Probably best known for his role in The Hangover.
Who the hell is this? That is not Doug.
What are you talking about, Willis? That him.
No, I'm sorry, Mr. Chow. That's not our friend.
The Doug we're looking for is a white.
Ah! I told you had the wrong guy, little boy. Damn, Alan, what the you got me into?
Your name's Doug?
Yeah, yes, I'm Doug.
His name's Doug, too. Classic mix-up.
He was the wrong Doug.
The wrong Doug.
In The Hangover.
And then he was, next Friday, he was Ice Cube's cousin, Day Day.
Next Friday.
That was a really funny character as well.
Great moments in Mike Epps' history. Him talking about Joe Hogsett in a stand-up show.
Jeez.
We got the Mayor Hogsett in the house. Y'all give it up for the Mayor Hogsett! Me and him was drinking all day today.
You don't say.
That's what I like about it. He don't give a He be on the commercials lit as hell.
I believe him.
100%.
Deal with these idiots.
Great moments in Mike Epps' history. All right, coming up next, we have got Rob Kendall ready to rip off his shirt like Hulk Hogan in 1984 and go completely off the rails. If you heard him earlier this week, having a conversation with the lieutenant governor, I don't know if we can get any more off the rails than that.
Yeah.
But we're going to ask him about that. A live version of Off the Rails with Rob Kendall's coming up Mel McMahon, where can we find you?
I'm everywhere. B105.7, 97.1 Hank FM. We had a radiothon meeting yesterday, believe it or not.
You're kidding.
All over the place.
Wow.
All over the place.
Mel, God bless you. Thank you for coming out.
It's great to see you guys. Thanks for having me.
Rob Kendall up next.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
A life lost, but progress is being made. Cloudy and 77 degrees on Monument Circle. Tonight's low around 67. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 529. Police are making that progress and cleaning up the mess left behind by a fatal crash involving two semis on I-69 earlier this afternoon, not far from Fishers. The accident was around 1:45, and at least one person has died. Investigators are trying to figure out what caused all this in the first place. Things appear to be unraveling between President Trump and Elon Musk. Fox's Jessica Rosenthal.
President Trump said he and Elon had a great relationship, but he doesn't know if they will anymore with Musk's heavy criticism of the big, beautiful bill. The president said Musk, the CEO of Tesla, became different after Congress wanted to cut the so-called EV mandate.
And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
Musk wrote in a post on X, it's fine to cut benefits to EV and solar, but he said get rid of the disgusting pork in the bill. He also wrote that President Trump wouldn't have won without his support. President Trump then wrote on Truth Social, Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate, and he just went crazy. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
One of President Trump's biggest supporters is Indiana Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith. He's defending previous comments he made in a social media post earlier this month where he said the rainbow beast is coming for your kids when referring to Pride Month.
We're seeing an agenda by the LGBTQ leadership, or I would say the agenda-driven ideologues that are trying to push this down the communities that don't want it or people that don't want it.
That's Beckwith speaking to Wish TV after a town hall in Greenfield Wednesday night where he answered several questions about his comments. Actor George Wentz's cause of death is being revealed. The Los Angeles County Department of Public Health says the Cheers star died from cardiac arrest with congestive heart failure, coronary artery disease, and hypertension as underlying causes. His recently released death certificate also listed kidney failure and hyperlipidemia as other significant contributing conditions. Wendt died in his sleep May 20th at the age of 76. And the trailer has been released for
This is between us, the wizard and I.
Wicked for Good. It's a sequel to Wicked, which came out last year and enjoyed financial success at the box office. Wicked for Good centers on the two witches facing the consequences of their previous decisions and its impact on their friendship. It's set to come out November 21st. Last year's Wicked movie was the highest-grossing Broadway adaptation ever. And with traffic now, here's Matt Baer.
Madison County southbound 69 still closed at State Road 38 because of an earlier fatal crash. Traffic is stopped for about 5.5 miles. Now eastbound 465 on the northeast side, then stop and go from Keystone Avenue over to Allisonville Road. Carmel crash southbound Keystone Parkway before 96. That has a slow back to 116th Street. Westbound 70 on the east side, stop and go traffic. Rural into the north split, then we're jammed down to the south split because of construction. Eastbound 70 stop and go after Harding into the south split, and inbound 65 slows at 21st to Meridian Penn. On the east side, southbound 465 slow, 70 down to Arlington Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We're tracking the potential for some scattered showers and storms into our Thursday night and Friday morning with patchy dense fog and lows in the mid-60s. Additional showers and storms are ahead Friday afternoon and night with a low severe risk for damaging winds, mainly Friday afternoon, evening. Highs will be near 80 with more humidity in place as well. And then we're tracking additional shower and storm chances late Saturday with another risk for severe weather. Again, it would be a low level 1 out of 5 risk for maybe damaging winds south of Interstate 70. I'm Wish TV. Storm Track AB meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
And now, Hammer and Nigel go off the rails with Rob Kendall.
Noise pollution.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is right over there inside the Caesars Sportsbook Horseshoe Casino in Shelbyville. Oh, my God. Getting ready for Pacers. Game 1 tonight. NBA playoffs against the Oklahoma City Thunder. You guys having a good time out there?
Let's go.
Let me hear you. Let's hear you. Come on. We got people in the sportsbook right now.
How many people are ready to win so much money you can buy an Indiana politician? Let's go.
That might be a great segue into our next guest, Hammer.
Mr. Off the Rails himself from the Kendall and Casey show, Rob Kendall. Rob, how are you?
Great. Thanks, as always, guys, to the segment sponsor, Garage Doors of Indianapolis.
So, Rob, I feel like anything we do here today is going to pale in comparison to the off the rails that you had with the lieutenant governor of this great state earlier in the week. Now, walk me through what happened here, because I thought you and Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith were buddies. You guys were playing cornhole together, having sleepovers, wearing funderwear together, and now I hear you guys screaming at each other. What happened?
Well, this will shock you guys. A politician not keeping their word and a politician not living up to their end of the bargain with the taxpayers. Who could have imagined that would happen?
And you've told him from the very beginning, like, listen, friendship aside, I will treat you like a politician, like I would treat anybody else once you get into this world, and lo and behold, that's what's happening.
Well, that's right, and that's how we treat everybody the same. He's not my pastor when he's the lieutenant governor. He's working for 7 million people. Micah ran on fighting the establishment. He ran on getting there and shaking things up, and he hasn't done any of that, and it came to a head over this Diego Morales thing, which is completely ridiculous, that nobody in the State House will stand up to this guy. Nobody will do anything about it. No one will demand an investigation. No one will hold him to account. And in the case of the most recent trip to Hungary, he's over there cutting deals, claiming to do things with ag, which is Micah's job. And I said, why will you not stand up to this guy who's basically big-timing you in a foreign country?
Now, in fairness, Micah said Diego wasn't cutting deals. That's where his wife is from, and he was promoting ag.
You have no idea what he does there, Nigel. That's the problem. He won't tell anyone. What we do know, I mean, you guys saw that bullcrap excuse he put out yesterday about India, in which, well, it was a business. Who's the business? Not going to tell you. Why? Because they might protest my business. That business. Like, what is he? Elon Musk? I mean, that's how he sees himself. Nobody knows what this guy does. Every person should care about this because Diego Morales, as the Secretary of State, has access to personal information on millions of people and thousands of businesses. And so when he's over in a foreign country doing who knows what, being paid for by who knows who, that's a really big deal. And the fact that Micah and Rokita and Braun and basically every member of the General Assembly think this is okay. Look, there's serious red flags about India. No reasonable person doesn't think he's not hiding something about India. That's why he won't tell you who paid for it. He won't tell you who he paid back. He won't tell you what he did there. He won't show any proof he paid it back. And they just let this guy skate around like this is normal behavior. It's absolutely not.
And that was the kind of the crux of what you and Micah, the lieutenant governor, got into about Diego Morales. The first part of the segment you had with him about the state senator that got the DUI, and we could get to that here in just a few minutes. That was a great conversation in and of itself. But what exactly do you want Micah to do about the India situation in terms of you want him to confront Diego at this Lincoln Day dinner about that?
Micah has a bully pulpit as lieutenant governor, which he promised to use to root out things like government corruption or potential government corruption. If Micah had a press conference tomorrow and said, I am demanding that the attorney general, who, by the way, the attorney general's office told us to go to the inspector general when we were dropping up those questions on Diego. So don't act like it's no big deal. The attorney general's office, the guy at the front desk said, yeah, this is serious. You go to the inspector general. If Micah held a press conference tomorrow and said, I am demanding the governor demand answers on this, I am demanding that the attorney general open an investigation into this, it'd be the lead story around the state. Micah's fine with fighting with crazy leftists in Boone County, but he doesn't want the smoke of taking on people inside the State House, and I'm sick of it because he promised to be different, and he's just another politician.
Here's the thing, and you're definitely right about some crazy leftists in Boone County, more specifically Zionsville, Rob, but like the Lincoln Day dinner, you want him to ask him about that in an open forum. Is that the right forum to confront Diego about something? You and I were talking about privately about this, and I was just asking you just straight up, is that the proper venue to confront Diego Morales about his trip to India?
In the case of potential mass government corruption, there is no wrong forum. The right forum would be in the State House, but they don't want any part of that. So what I'm saying, because Micah tries to play both sides of the fence, where he's like, well, I am very concerned about it. I've asked him to divulge. Then do it in front of everyone. If he got up on a stage at a Lincoln Day dinner with hundreds of people there and said, I'm not leaving this stage until you tell us who paid for India, Micah's a talented guy. He could filibuster for hours, play the guitar, sing some songs, do some juggling. The point is, Micah doesn't want to take it on. And none of those politicians want to take it on. But Micah used me and our show and this radio station to get elected. He is the lieutenant governor nominee because of WIBC. Everybody at the convention knows it. He worked very hard across the state. But he used us and our audience, many of whom were delegates, saying he was going to be different, and it's the same crap from him. This coward is hiding. And by the way, Micah took $5,000 from Diego, which he never disclosed. I'm sick of it. And for our audience, I'm going to stand up to the guy for not holding up his end of the bargain.
Rob, what's your reaction when you hear some people say, maybe they say it in the YouTube chat, or maybe they leave comments elsewhere, Rob's only acting out against Micah Beckwith now because he told all of us to vote for him and he feels bad. Like, what's your response when you hear that type of criticism?
I'm treating Micah the same way I treat the rest of these people. I don't think anybody would ever listen to my show and go, man, Rob's really nice too. Fill in the blank. What? Todd Young, Jim Banks, Todd Rokita, Mike Braun. these people work.
You're pretty
for
much
us.
a miserable bastard, Rob. I'll give you that.
All the way around.
These people work for us. They take our money. But what the Diego saga teaches us, or this Mike Bohacek saga, the state senator teaches us, they don't think they work for us. They are elitists. They think they're in charge, that we're subservient to them. I'm not going to stand for that. And we have a voice and we have a platform, and I'm going to call these people out, whether I've had a personal friendship with them or not. In the case of Micah, he craves the attention. He does these things like these town halls, not because he has no power over 90% of the things they talk about in those town halls. He gave all of his power away. He let Braun take it away from him without any fight. Micah doesn't want to govern. He wants the attention. He wants the fight. He wants to campaign. So if I'm going to give him the attention, I'm going to tell him what I think.
Rob, it's June 5th right now, and as we look forward to the next couple of years, is there any hope for property tax reform, or is that dead?
Oh, no. It's done. These lawmakers don't want any part of it. They don't. First of all, they don't understand it because it's difficult. They've made it difficult, but they don't want to put in work. These guys avoid work like the plague. That's the first part of it. Second part is they don't want to go against the local government. I went to a meeting last night where the town spent $300,000 to design a swimming pool and a rec center and an amphitheater that nobody showed up to the meeting to say they wanted, and nobody has been showing up for years. Yet they had $300,000 laying around to just throw away on something that people are not clamoring for. We've got a $4 million empty patch of grass that the town bought right in the heart of our town. Every single one of these towns has mass amounts of waste and fraud and abuse. That trustee in Columbus who spent $1.1 million on himself over 10 years. And yet we can't get any property tax relief because these local government people do not, the state government people do not want to take on the local government people. Braun is a liar. This was his shot. If he wanted to do it, he doesn't want to do it. It's done.
Rob, let's take a little break, and I want to have you come back here on the flip side, and we'll talk about Boss Hogsett and Thomas Carl Cook and how these people are going to get away with all of this. I know you've got thoughts on that. Come on back for one more segment, okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
Rob Kendall, off the rails. He's joining us. More when we come back.
There's something timeless about radio. It's where stories are told, ideas are shared, and communities stay connected. Our generation grew up with it, and we still believe in the power of tuning in. At Howard Bailey Financial, we believe planning for retirement should feel just as familiar and trusted. That's why we're bringing real conversations and practical advice to the airwaves. Join us every Sunday at 9 p.m. for our Retire with Purpose Radio Hour, right here on 93.1 WIBC. We'll talk about what really matters in retirement, income you can count on, choices you can feel good about, and a future that reflects your values. Because some things, like good planning and good radio, never go out of style. Howard Bailey Financial, retirement planning that speaks your language. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com. The Retire with Purpose Radio Hour is a paid placement on each airing station.
Hammer here for my good friends here at Caesars Sportsbook inside Horseshoe Casino Indy. This is the place to watch the NBA Finals. You can make any bet imaginable. Multiple kiosks are around. You can take that ticket, go cash it at the window, and anywhere you turn, you can find a drink. Anywhere you turn, you can find a beverage, food options, everything you want. Again, if you're looking for atmosphere, if you're looking for a place to have some fun, a good old-fashioned round of fun, how about that? Caesars Sportsbook right here, Horseshoe Casino Indy in Shelbyville. Stop by. Tell them Hammer sent you.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. That's 800-659-7540.
Garage Doors of Indianapolis has been a local, family-owned and operated business for nearly 50 years and helps keep central Indiana's economy strong by employing over 70 families. Garage Doors of Indianapolis stands by their products and services while they share and embrace our conservative values. So when you have garage door problems, call them today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis, 875-4577, 875-4577, or visit doorstoday.com.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
The June sales are on at Sundown Gardens. 20% off annuals, 30% off pottery, 186th Street and Spring Mill Road, sundown.gardens.com.
Packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel, Payday is one hard-working candy bar. So grab one now to power you through the day. Payday Peanut Caramel Bar. Get to it.
If you're pressed for time, the WIBC Mashup Podcast is your shortcut to the smartest, sharpest, and strangest moments on air. It's the best content from Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, and Hammer and Nigel. Updated daily. Find the WIBC Mashup wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, Matt Bear, what are we looking at?
Madison County, southbound 69 still closed as State Road 38 in Pendleton because of a fatal crash from earlier this afternoon. Traffic is stopped for 5 miles. Inbound 70 stop-and-go traffic from the east side rural into the north split, and we continue to be slowed down to the south split. East side northbound 465 at Washington. That's a traffic hazard, a stall on the exit ramp. The ramp is open. Eastbound 70 slows West Street into the south split, and on the south side, northbound 65 slow off Southport Road up to the 465 ramps. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services plus 18 months. No interest or payments. Trust a local. Trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Get your butts here to Shelbyville and watch the Pacers with us tonight.
Come on.
Horseshoe Casino Indy. We are inside the Caesars Sportsbook. All the screens are going to be on the Pacers tonight. The audio is going to be loud. It's going to be a great environment. Get your butts here right now. It's 75 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Rob Kendall from the #1 rated Kendall and Casey midday show here at 93 WIBC, going off the rails with us. Rob, I know how much you despise having to tell people you were right. I was right there with you on this one. This whole sexual harassment scandal inside the mayor's office, multiple women with emails, texts, videos, receipt after receipt, and nothing is going to be done, and everyone's going to get away with it.
Well, I knew that was going to happen. I told you guys 8 months ago or whatever, 9 months ago now, whatever it was, because I knew the scope of the investigation. And basically what they were looking for was give Hogshead an out, give him a headline win. And the headline is, legally he followed the law. Of course, ethically he totally blew it. The guy's a complete dirtball. When you read that, Lauren Roberts, who's one of the accusers, put out about a 49-page post on Substack about what she gave to the investigators, and you'd think that this guy's going to skate out of this. One of the really interesting things that came out of her Substack post, she's the first person I've heard publicly say who was close to and around Hogshead that he has a serious drinking problem. And that is not getting reported by anyone, but that's the first person who kind of
I know one person that's reported it, Rob. I can name for you right now one person that's talked about it.
I'm saying somebody in his orbit, though, who was around him closely to it. So, yes, obviously you guys have led on this. But what I'm saying is nobody has even mentioned that, and that should be one of the questions people should be asking her if she's going to start talking again at some point. Tell us more about this, because this is what the Thomas Carl Cook thing is all about, which is Hogshead had to protect him at all costs because he had all the dirt on Hogshead, and everybody knows all the rumors out there about Hogshead and his problem with drinking, amongst other things. And so it was always going to be the result. It was going to be, it was a total waste of money. Hey, no money to help you with property taxes, but $500,000 to waste on a report where everybody knew the outcome before it began.
Hey, just real quick, you broke the story about the Indiana senator getting the DUI. Nobody found out about it until earlier this week. We're running out of time here. Kind of just take us through that and why it's so egregious.
Well, I'm working on another one now that could be even bigger, so stay tuned on that. Hopefully here in the near future I'll have one that could be an even bigger story. We'll see how it plays out. I'm in the middle of investigating it. Look, this is egregious. This guy allegedly had a blood alcohol content of 0.283. He skates out because of this shield immunity that these lawmakers have during and after the session. He's driving his car around afterwards, even though he declined to take the breathalyzer test. And this guy basically stuck it in everybody's face, and these lawmakers just make themselves better than everyone else. This is the reoccurring theme. Whether it's this guy or Diego, they view themselves as better than you. They will use every tool in the chest to enrich or better themselves at your expense. And at some point, we got to start standing up for ourselves.
And Rob, real quick, when you say what this dude's blood alcohol content was, you're talking about 3 times the legal limit?
Almost 4 times. He had food all over his. He was so drunk that it sounds like the people at the Panda Express turned him in because he stumbled in and out of the joint. They're like, well, what is this guy doing? I mean, he had food all over him. He was trying to drink his drink and eat his food while the police officer was trying to get him out of the car. I mean, the guy had
So he was like Nigel in that video you guys filmed after our bowling event. That's what you're telling me.
Oh, yeah. I was worse, trust me.
Nigel wanted you to turn into a wooded area.
I think we may be beginning to uncover, guys, that this OWI issue, we'll see what I come up with this new thing I'm looking into. I think it has potential to be a really big deal, but we'll see where the cards go. But I think this OWI issue and these lawmakers and thinking they're above other people, I think this is a really big story that people are going to start hearing potentially more about.
Special thanks to
Garage Doors of Indianapolis. Have a great time, guys. You guys are the best. Thanks for all you do, and have a good time tonight.
Right on. Thank you. That is Rob Kendall, Mr. Off the Rails from the Kendall and Casey Show. And again, clock is ticking here. We're getting closer and closer to the tip-off of Game 1 of the NBA Finals, featuring your Indiana Pacers taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. We are here in Shelbyville, inside the casino at the Caesar Sportsbook. Stop by, hang out, watch the game with us, because
My compliments to the chef, by the way, Chef Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby's the man. I tried to tip Bobby, and he said no. Okay, yeah,
Thanks,
we'll do
buddy.
that. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. But we got some seats available. The food is awesome. And worst case scenario, the Pacers get down, you're losing your bet. You can go hit the blackjack tables and win your money back. Go down swinging, baby. We're going to take a little break. When we come back, one more hour to go. We are having a blast. Horseshoe Casino Indy inside the Caesar Sportsbook. Come hang out with your degenerate friends. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
If you have a snoring problem or sleep apnea, odds are you have blockage in both your throat and your nose. Now, for those who've gone elsewhere and wonder why their issues aren't getting better, this is where the problem lies. Because the true root of your problem very well may be your nose. We believe we'll find that your nose isn't working the way it should. And once we do get your nose working, your CPAP mask can finally work, or you can lose that CPAP mask altogether. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula with Advent, where we offer every effective snoring and sleep apnea solution available, including simple in-office procedures that can get your nose and your throat working properly. It's a simple concept. If you're going to get your best sleep, you have to be able to breathe well. Go to adventknows.com to schedule an appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Breathe well with simple solutions. AdventKnows.com.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Hi, Jeff Roush for Tom